If you had a job where you come to work and people clap for you, it would change your entire mood.
We don't have any plans at the moment to do PC.
Or you can grow a conscience in the next 5 minutes and see where that takes you.
Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop? Don't this hit make my people wanna stop?
Watch the series finale of X-Men next Saturday morning. Check your local listing.
What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style.
There can be only one magical Negro.
Come el tiki que llama que buena baila usted a la vuelta papi otra vez llegó el negro de.
It won't take long when there's a song to help you set the pace.
Hootin' howlin' holler from the heart.
This is pathetic.
Where we used to live.
Life could be worse.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Ai, menina, mina, chega aí. Vai, quebra, tem mais, vai. Menina, chega aí. Vai, olha, danado. Eita!
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down.
I'm bag of pixie dust. Contraband.
They're going to do the Mary Poppins thing. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Yeah. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Oh, bitch, you killed Kenny.
Kenny.
You fat hoe.
I get it. I'm not persecuted. I'm just an ass.
All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks, and of course, throwing out all of that spice when it comes to sci-fi and pop culture analysis. And speaking of that, welcome to the Spice Lounge, where we give you our spicy takes and hot conversation with what's on, what's happening, what's popping in pop culture this week. And wow, do we have a packed show for y'all tonight? Oh my goodness. First up, I didn't think anything could be worse than Tron Legacy. I know, at least for me. It had the Daft Punk soundtrack, but according to critics, Tron Ares, it ain't looking good, y'all. It's not looking good. From what I hear, it makes Tron Legacy look like Oscar material. So yeah, that's not looking good. But we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Ubisoft. Turns out that they actually were going to work on a game with a former slave as an assassin taking out KKK members, and Ubisoft apparently punked out and didn't release it. We're going to talk about that also as well. And of course, Ridley Scott, the amazing director Ridley Scott, basically said that modern movies ain't, yeah. Then again, he's a legend like Scorsese. So it's like, what does he mean by that? We're going to talk about that too. So I see you guys starting to come on into the show. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're going to go again and get started. I'm going to bring in one of my co-hosts, Erica from Hanging with Erica and Ralph. How are you doing, my dear?
Doing. And I got my snacky snack.
Oh, what snack? What snack?
Guava. Still eating out of this tub. I only got this much left.
Girl, I got mine in a brick. It's still waiting for me to make shortbread cookies because I like to make shortbread cookies, pecan shortbread cookies, and shortbread cookies where I put like a square of guava in it. So it's like, you know, the shortbread cookies that would have like
I love shortbread
apple
cookies.
or, you know, some kind of fruit jam in the middle. That's what I love doing with guava. It's like, oh my God, it's so freaking good. So yeah, I still got to do that. But I made guava limeade though. I did that.
Guava limeade? What?
Yes.
I like strawberry limeade. I've got to try that. I need to try that.
I'm sorry. No food torture. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We love food on this show because, of course,
We're foodies.
Something good on TV. You gotta have some good food to go. You know, to go with it too. I mean, as a kid, you know, my mom's like, yeah, I can't afford a whole lot of designer stuff, but hey, you got electricity, you got TV, and you can make snacks, and that's one of those things. Make some good snacks. And I know I'm like so behind on
What would the world be like without snacks? I was deprived as a child. Okay, we didn't have snacks. We had stale crackers and olives in the refrigerator. That was our snack.
Yeah, it's just the stuffed olives, the stuffed Spanish olives. Yeah, that's
the little pimentos. I love those things. I still eat them.
Maybe Ritz. Well, no, not Ritz crackers. We have those freaking saltine.
The saltines. Yep.
That was it. No Doritos, no tortilla chips, no kettle cooked jalapeno potato chips. None of that. No caramel pop.
I'm getting none of that stuff. Now I'm just like a snack like fiend. Most of our food bill, I think, is more snacks than real food.
I can't even.
We should probably stop that.
I know when I go to Aldi's, I'm just like, yeah, I want all the snacks.
That's the word.
All the snacks. Oh, don't remind me of that, Alice. Saltine peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, I did it, but I didn't like it.
We did ours with butter.
Which one?
Butter and saltine crackers.
Yeah, because peanut butter and saltines with peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, that was like, wow. It was there. That was it. And it wasn't until years later when I had my own money that I get introduced to something called Keebler Club crackers.
Ooh, those were good.
Well, I think Aldi's has a good knockoff, but I haven't tried it yet.
Those are great and chili.
Mm-hmm. Well, there are 28 of you folks in here right now. So good to see you all. So glad that you are here. And let's see. Goldfish snacks are addictive. Yes, they are. So let's see who we got in the chat today. Of course, we have got Kimberly Ann Hart. Good to see you. We, of course, says CJ, and my thumbnail guy telling us no food charge. It lasts long. Erica is here, of course. Greetings, programs. Yes, very apropos for tonight, Tron. Yeah, you just move the letters around, right? You get it. Yeah. Very smart. Hey, Melissa, good to see you. Says hi, everyone. Well, hi there. Hello. Good seeing you, Melissa. And Soul Assassin is here. Hey, it says smash that like button. Thank you. All the snacks, all the bootleg snacks, all the snacks you can't get anymore. Mm-hmm. I grew up on PB sandwiches, so anything with peanut butter is yum-ola. Yeah, I just didn't like the saltines. They were just kind of like there.
I like them. I just don't like them stale. But we didn't have a choice in the matter. It was whatever was there.
Yeah, we kind of had to like suck it up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started with the show, but of course, gotta start off with something to make you laugh. And now, folks have been talking about Bad Bunny being at the Super Bowl, right? And apparently, Trump has some more to say about it. So check it out.
To the windows, to the walls. A lot of people are talking about this Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is so American. It's a great day, probably one of the best bowls. Now, the Super Bowl has a lot of flack this year because of a bad bunny. What is it? A bad bunny. We only deal with sweet bunnies. Look at this little guy. What a sweet bunny. He doesn't even speak Spanish. Muy bien. Me gusta. Me gusta la rabbit. Mucha novia. Mucha novia. Yeah, son of a bitch, bit me. Deported.
Oh my gosh.
This dude, Matt was funny. He's on Instagram, and I saw that, and I was like, follow. Absolutely hilarious. He does the Trump bit. So funny. So
he has a good impression of him. Like, gosh, he's got the voice down.
And the mannerisms, I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm following him on Instagram. Matt was funny. Go ahead and check out his post over on Instagram. Well, going to the next thing. And I have to laugh at how many people did not get his joke. So, coming from TMZ, Dick Van Dyke not dead, set on 100. So, of course, as Dick Van Dyke, he's still around and kicking. Says Dick Van Dyke's cracking jokes about hitting 100, proving he's still got the charm, even if the candles on the cake are about to hit triple digits. The legend hit up the Vandy High Tea at Vandy Manor in Malibu this weekend, where he joked about becoming a Senatarian on December 13th, quipping, "It'd be hilarious if he didn't quite make it."
Oh, gosh. What?
Do you have any idea what he's joking about?
No, I don't, but Dick Van Dyke is known for his jokes and satire and
Well, what's so funny about this? Remember Betty White?
Yeah.
She shot the whole cover for her 100th birthday for People magazine, and she passed away just before she turned 100. Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, y'all don't remember that?
Okay, now
she joked about that too. About really, I'm gonna be 100. Did the whole thing for People magazine, all of that. She hit girlfriend died right before she hit 100.
So is he going to be on the cover of did they do a photo shoot for him?
He might be. All I'm going to say is, folks, Dick Van Dyke must be protected. We used to say that about Betty White, too. And it seemed like everybody was passing away. We're like, somebody go check on Betty White. Somebody go check on Betty White. Then after she passed, it's like, somebody check on Dick Van Dyke to make sure he's doing okay. Alan says, yeah, Betty White passed a day or two before her 100th. Yep, she did. I thought it was a joke. I thought she was going to make it. We were all, lots of us were prepping for that 100th birthday party. We're like, it's going to be lit. And then unfortunately she passed away. So we
Yeah.
couldn't get the party. So for folks who didn't catch the joke, that's why. So you gotta love Dick Van Dyke. He is still doing the darn thing, and I love seeing him.
He's still got his humor intact, and his mental faculties are all there. He is not slow by any means.
Not at all. Not at all. And I love it. He's always just happy to be out and about, and I still keep seeing him tripping over the chair for the Dick Van Dyke show. I used to watch with my granddad.
I love that show. So Raph has like this old soul crush on Mary Tyler Moore. He freaking loves her. Every time he sees her, like on the Dick Van Dyke show, we watch it. He's like, she's such a pretty lady. She was so pretty.
Yeah, she was gorgeous. Yeah, I used to watch when I go visit my granddad and would watch like TV in the afternoon. That was like one of the black and white shows we used to watch. We used to watch the Munsters, Addams Family, my favorite, Beverly Hillbillies. Always got a kick out of watching that. And sometimes we see the Dick Van Dyke show too. It's just so funny. And of course I Love Lucy, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Van Dyke, that show never gets old. I think there was also like a TV Land staple too, as well, when that channel was out. Going on to our next hot topic, of course. Also coming from TMZ, John Lithgow serving serious sorcery in first look as Dumbledore. Now, we talked about this, especially considering just how good of a job, I won't say good, excellent job that John Lithgow did as Winston Churchill in the Netflix
The Crown.
I did not know.
I love that show.
Yeah, I binged that show so darn much.
Yeah,
I gotta say my favorite my favorite incarnation of Queen Elizabeth is oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name, but Dolores Umbridge.
I know, right? We know her by the one character she played, but we can't remember her real name in our lives.
And it was totally, they were, the two characters were completely different.
That was such a good show, The Crown. I really wish it'd come out with more shows that are like that. Just the acting, the story. I mean, I get it was kind of factual, maybe kind of not in some areas, but it was just good storytelling. Real or not, like it was just good.
Yes, Imelda Staunton, thank you.
Imelda, okay.
Thank you. Yes, Imelda Staunton, she was absolutely amazing. Hey, Sam. And history-wise, it wasn't that bad either, because I thought everybody knew that the Windsors were actually German, because the prince had to change his last name from was it Van Battenberg? And they changed it to Van Batten.
Something like that. Yeah. I can't pronounce that. But the family eventually went to the last name Windsor, right?
Yes, because when Elizabeth was coronated, they went to the Windsor name instead, because they didn't want that connection with World War II and all that stuff that was going on, and they didn't want it really to get out that they were German. It was kind of like an open secret, but in order to kind of like cover that up, he took her last name as Windsor when they married. Really good stuff. You gotta check that up if you haven't. But yes, there's Dumbledore. He looks like a live action of Merlin from the Disney Sword in the Stone movie. The beard is epic, isn't it?
It is.
All he needs now is from Sword in the Stone. He needs the Hawaiian shirt and the Bermuda shorts.
Oh, with the Bermuda shorts. Blow me to Bermuda.
I freaking love that. That's my favorite incarnation of Merlin. When I was playing Dreamlight Valley way back in the day, and you got Merlin as a character. As soon as they made that outfit available, I put him in that one. So he was always walking around with the vacation outfit on. I love it.
Did they do a live action of Sword in the Stone?
If they did, I don't remember. I don't remember if they did at all. Sam says during the First World War they had to change their name to Windsor. Prince Philip was a Greek prince and was adopted by Mountbatten to be able to marry Elizabeth. Okay, the connection was during World War I. Okay, because the company that produced the bombs in World War I was from the same German province that the British royal family had originated in. Yeah.
Okay.
Back to all those royals, they're all together, you know. And I think was it Victoria? Maybe it was Victoria, and it's like with the kids, they went to like become royals and in other.
Oh yeah, she had
other countries.
She had a ton of kids, and yeah, they're all like everyone's related to each other at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like even like every European royal family is somehow related to the British royal family.
And not to go further down the rabbit hole, but I think was it who they tested? Was it Charles that they tested? But oh my gosh, what was that Russian family that got whacked by Bolsheviks?
Geez.
I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank right now. Where they lined everybody up and shot all of them, including the dog.
Was that the one the movie Anastasia was built off of?
Yes.
I forgot. I remember her name, just not the rest of the family.
Thank you, Romanov family. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. It turns out he was actually. They knew that the family was slaughtered there, but they didn't have like concrete evidence, and I guess they found some remains that did DNA testing, and sure enough, Charles was related to one of them.
Wow.
Yep, she had 1 million kids, and she married him off into every royal family. So World War I was basically a family feud. Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I would call it the Habsburgs on steroids. I mean, what the Habsburgs did. Whew, yeah. Queen Victoria, like all of her kids. That's one of the things that I realized in history when I studied European history. I'm like, they're all freaking related.
Yeah, and you got like King Louis the oh jeez. Was it the 12th? King Louis the 12th? Or the 14th? The one that had like he was like a man whore. And built Versailles. The one that built Versailles.
Versailles. I thought it was.
Was that King Louis?
Was that Louis the 16th?
Maybe it was the 16th. There's so many of them.
Well,
anyway, yeah, he legitimized all his kids, all his like illegitimate kids.
Mm-hmm.
So add that to the pot.
It's a mess. It's an absolute mess, but fascinating for history. So yeah, John Lithgow, full costume. There he is. And actually, I gotta say he's looking good. I'm quite pleased.
Is it just me, or in that particular photo, if you just look at his face, his mouth, it looks like the old giant from Mary Poppins, the banker. I know a man with a wooden leg named Smith.
Oh, it's funny. We're so twisted on it. Memes of destruction. It's been a while. Good seeing you, my dear. Good seeing you. All right. So let's see. Let's go on to the next hot topic. You think they would stop, but no. This was one that, thanks to Snow White, got put in the maybe we shouldn't do that right now pile, but apparently they have brought it back. So, coming to us from Variety, Tangled live action movie revived at Disney with Scarlett Johansson circling major roles. So, Disney's proceeding with its live action Tangled after putting the project indefinitely on pause earlier this year. Casting hasn't been solidified, but Scarlett Johansson is being eyed to star as Mother Gothel. Again, nothing verified. This is kind of a... Oh, sorry?
I said that would be an interesting pick.
Yeah. It's like, I wonder if she can pull it off.
That was my first thought. I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like it could work, it could fail miserably, but there are worse choices. But we all know Disney likes to stick with actors and actresses they know. And of course, now that Bob Chapek is no longer in there, Scarlett Johansson, we love her again. By the way, I mean the Disney company. So apparently Disney halted production in April following the commercial failure of March's Snow White film adaptation. Yeah, that was a bomb, wasn't it? But following months, of course, Lilo and Stitch remake happened. And since the live action Lilo and Stitch made a lot of money, they're thinking, Tangled will have a similar cachet or say similar pull with younger audiences. I'm not quite sure about that. What do you think, Erica?
I'm not convinced by that statement. I hope most younger audiences have seen the cartoon, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get it right, they're going to notice too. Sorry, it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Mm-hmm. Who is playing Rapunzel? Dylan Mulvaney.
Don't give him any ideas.
Please don't give him any ideas.
Jeez.
Please don't. Please don't.
Can we get like the director that did Cinderella to be on this project? Because he seems to know what.
Oh my gosh.
He seems to know his shit.
They probably got rid of him. I don't know.
Well, they didn't ask him to come back to do any other live action that I'm aware of. And Cinderella was by far the best one they've ever made. And that kind of set the tone. I thought moving forward, all of them were going to be that good. And it just tanked. One after the other.
Completely. I mean, it's like you number one, you got to get the dress right. And not only did they get the dress right in a live action Cinderella, they plussed that sucker up. People wanted that dress so much. I want to say that's what helped to kick off the Disney bridal line. Everybody talks about that dress.
My best friend, her daughter is turning 15 and they're doing a huge quinceañera and they're doing it themed after the live action Cinderella movie. You're talking a current 14-year-old planning her quince with her parents, and that's what she wanted. She wants a similar dress like that, and it's going to be all Cinderella themed with that aesthetic from the movie, the live action.
I'm going to bring this dress up because this was a dress that as soon as it came on screen, I was like,
I know. Who didn't want to wear that dress? I don't care how old you are. Every lady who's a lady wanted that dress.
I mean, it was. I mean, I can't. It looks so gorgeous and beautiful. And yeah, everybody
She
wanted
just
it.
rocked it.
Rock that dress. And again, I remember this like this kind of shot of the dress. This beautiful kind of like Annie Leibovitz kind of shot with the photography. But yeah, this thing popped off so well that
Well, it makes Belle's
like,
dress
I
look
gotta
all
have it.
limp and flat.
Oh, it was crap.
Look how terrible that looks.
It was absolute freaking garbage. And that's the thing. And also, especially little girls.
Mm-hmm.
If that dress not right, no, we don't want anything. We don't want it at all. Amanda says still not too pleased with his version of Poirot. I haven't seen that one, but at least he tried. The 1874 movie of Orient Express is still the definitive version of that book. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. And we're talking about the original director of the director of the live action Cinderella. So let's see. Oh, 19 so okay. Okay, thank you. And yes, it did have the best CGI. They had the birds down, they had the mice down.
Yeah, it was very well done.
They even got Lucifer right. You know.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah, that's the cat. Yeah, they had a cat, Lucifer.
And I didn't even mind all the little minor changes in the story, just to kind of plus it up a little bit for live action. How it kind of had that twist in there where the stepmother found the shoe. That was like, what? I mean, that caught me off guard when I watched it for the first time, and it just played out really well.
Yeah, it was just wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed the live action, which is now you know why a lot of us are so peed off with a lot of these live action remakes. And again, Disney, I believe, is underestimating how popular the Rapunzel franchise is. It's not as popular as, I mean, it was fun. The animated film Tangled, so good. I freaking love Tangled. But live action,
They better get it right. I don't have much faith in them at this point.
Yeah, it's like if you do it like a book report, yeah, it'll look like a book report, like shot for shot, but people are going to remember it. Don't go for some new songs. Just do the Alan Menken songs, okay? You don't mess with Alan Menken.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't mess with that. You don't mess with that kind of thing. Plus, now that I'm thinking about it, the only thing we got for Rapunzel at the Magic Kingdom was a bathroom, I mean, it's a nice bathroom area, but for personal experience, when you're telling people you're painting a picture of Lucifer, you need to be very specific. Yeah, gotta do that right. And the Winter Soldier, hey, says, I welcome ScarJo as Mother Gothel. She could wind up killing that part. She really
Can she
could.
sing?
That I don't know.
Because like Mother Gothel had that whole singing bit with Mother Knows Best or whatever.
Did Angelica Huston sing that? Or was it a voice actress who did it?
I have no clue who that was.
I don't know. I just know Angelica Huston freaking killed that. Mother Gothel is up that man. I think she's up there in villains. She's that chick's scary.
Her a great singing voice. Whoever did her voice.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how this is gonna go. Of course, we'll keep you posted. See if this actually turns out. If they hire ScarJo. Yes, she can sing. She is Ash in the Sing movies. What character was Ash? Was she the porcupine?
I mean, does it matter? They're all good. Everyone can sing in. I always liked the
Yeah,
first
but I
one.
didn't know Scarlett Johansson was in it. That's what the Winter Soldier is saying.
Why does I keep thinking it's the giraffe? But maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see. Yes, she is the porcupine. Okay. I was right. Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah. She was good.
So who did the giraffe?
No. I know the porcupine and the Mama Pig were my favorites. Especially because Mama Pig was in the supermarket and she was dancing to salsa music. The lady in aisle so and so, you are awesome. Hey Dylan, good seeing you. Good seeing you. Yeah, it's a porcupine. Yeah, the porcupine was awesome. I'm trying to think. No, she didn't sing Don't You Worry About a Thing. Or did she? Shoot. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go back and actually watch that movie. I actually did like it.
No, I haven't seen it in so long. I need to rewatch it too.
Oh, Angelica Huston was the voice of Barbie Rapunzel. Wow, I got that mixed up. I watched the Barbie Rapunzel movie too. Yeah, I will not apologize. Thanks, Amanda. How old is Tangled? They're just making everything the live action. Tangled was in the 90s, I believe. We had a watch party for Tangled on my channel. Tangled, I don't know. Jennifer Hudson as the Lamb crushed everybody. Was the Lamb the one that sang "Don't You Worry About a Thing" by Stevie Wonder?
It came out in 2010.
2010. Okay. 2010. All right. Yeah. It's good, but I don't see it. It's nowhere near Lilo and Stitch. Stitch, that little blue booger, still sells merchandise like crazy.
Apparently Raph is a fan of Stitch. Didn't know. He came home with a can of Spam because it had Stitch on it surfing. And it gets better. He bought 2 cans, and the second one he's like, "Oh, I got it for a souvenir." And I looked at him and I said, "In the 23 years we've been together, you've never ever mentioned Stitch. Never knew you were such a fan." He's like, "Oh, I got this for a souvenir." So he walks over to our bookshelves in the back of the living room and puts it on the bookshelf. And I'm like, "I got this can of Spam with Stitch on it on the back of my living room on this bookshelf." I'm like, "Okay, you learned something new."
That's funny because most of the times that I've seen Stitch, back when they did show, they used like the Disney characters to represent certain the branches of our military. Why was Stitch always a Marine? It just fit. It just absolutely fit. He was hysterical. Okay, well, going on to yet another one of our topics. Woo!
Oh boy.
Tron Ares branded worst film of the year after 15-year wait for a sci-fi sequel. Latest entry in the Tron franchise, Tron Ares has been branded the worst film of the year by critics. I saw the trailer for this in the theater when I went to go see the new Demon Slayer movie. And folks were like hyped to see the trailer for Chainsaw Man. That cannot wait. That comes out October 24th. I can't wait. Gonna check that out. The Tron Ares trailer came on, and And number one, I got to say, the Nine Inch Nails soundtrack was pretty distracting. And I think by Nine Inch Nails, they mean Trent Reznor, I believe. It wasn't bad, but it just seemed really distracting. And it didn't flow kind of like a soundtrack should. I don't know. I guess that's why they picked Nine Inch Nails to do it. Of course, Nine Inch Nails is nothing like Daft Punk, who I freaking love, which is the only thing that makes Tron Legacy bearable for me is the Daft Punk soundtrack, because that soundtrack was banging, absolutely. But people were kind of looking like, what is this? You know, there really didn't seem to be any intrigue, really. No one really wanted to look at it. Stitches and Marine totally makes sense. Yeah. What do they say? When it absolutely positively has to be destroyed overnight, send in the Marines. And yes, another Tron movie without Tron. They never even talked to Bruce Boxleitner, you know, at all. They brought in Jeff Bridges, but you know, no Tron. I mean, yeah, you know, Jeff Bridges' character actually created Tron, but still, you know. Only two positive comments about Tron Ares that I keep hearing is good visuals, good soundtrack. Yeah, so while I'm not a huge fan of Nine Inch Nails, I actually like Red Hot Chili Peppers a lot better. Their cover of Love Roller Coaster from the Ohio Players, that thing is freaking classic. That ranks up there with Alien Antworm's rendition of Smooth Criminal. It's that good. It was okay. Like, it was a soundtrack that I wouldn't like turn off, but that's all right. The visuals with the recognizers was really good. Although I will say, if you go on the Tron attraction, here's the other reason I think that they did it too. I guess the big thing is now the canopy for the Tron ride, you know, the coaster that's 57 seconds and doesn't go that fast. They have a red canopy for it now. Like, they light it all up in red. You're not going to see any recognizers in the line at all. I don't even think there was a recognizer inside, or if it was kind of stationary. I really don't remember anything from Tron at all in there. We thought we were going to be able to go on the grid. We thought we were going to do that high speed light cycle chase, and we didn't friggin' get it. So
missed opportunity. It should have been a dueling coaster.
Yes, it should have.
You know, blue and was it orange?
I think it was yellow. Yeah,
or yellow.
Like they could have, yeah, like exactly like you were saying, like dueling coasters where you have dueling teams, just like they did in the movie. Okay, you had, you know, programs that were in blue, and I think you had the MCP ones who were in yellow, and just that whole thing where, you know, you hit the wall, you know, you did. So we thought we were going to get that. We didn't freaking get that. Good seeing you, Nita. Hello. What's up, all? And Crystal G, wait, no Tron. What's the point? Yeah, exactly. No Tron. And it's been panned roundly because of it. Words you will never ever hear. I'm glad they cast Jared Leto. I know, right? I'm like, Morbius? Although Morbius was so bad. I mean, it's a fun, bad movie. It's like you can kind of roast it and have a good time watching it, but other than that, nah. So Disney's latest science fiction blockbuster, and this is coming to us from the Express UK, has been slammed as one of the worst films of the year in brutal reviews. The film is the newest installment, y'all need to spell right, in the long-standing franchise that began with the revolutionary original film in 1982, followed by the eagerly anticipated sequel Tron Legacy in 2010, which was a huge freaking letdown. I will die on that hill. It was again, Daft Punk soundtrack was banging. Everything else, not so much. Now, 15 years later, the saga continues with Jared Leto and Greta Lee at the helm of this action-packed flick, which sees the digital programs invading the real world for the first time. Directed by Joachim Roning. I think that last name is probably Swedish or Norwegian. Known for Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. Okay, we're going to stop right here.
Mm.
Have you seen this film, Erica?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I saw all of them in order because I saw bits and pieces of them out of order. So I sat my ass down and I watched all of them. About a handful of years ago.
I love that freaking movie. Dead Men Tell No Tales. I thought it was absolute garbage. I did not like it.
I don't know what to think of the entire franchise. It seems like at some point they kind of lost direction. Like they didn't know what they wanted to do, but they knew they had to do something. They really should have, I don't know, like in the first movie, they could have just done the first movie, just stopped there. That would have been fine. But then they made the second and the third, and then they just didn't tie any of the storyline from the romance between Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom's characters. And that's when it just kind of got shoddy, you know? But then I understood that she was kind of a pain in the ass to work with, and now there's like drama there behind the scenes or something,
Mm-hmm.
and that apparently played a part in, like, I guess the direction of the story. I don't know. It was like a whole mess apparently, but yeah, the cohesiveness, and then by the last one, I was like, I didn't think it was terrible, but the only thing that came out of it was they finally tied up the storyline that we were waiting for them to tie up for years.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Other than that, it was just kind of like, there wasn't a whole lot to, I don't know, there was just nothing your teeth could really sink into. The only thing I cared about was, okay, well, how's this going to end with, the two lovebirds that we fell in love with the first movie?
Exactly. It could have ended with Dead Man's Chest, because the first one, Curse of the Black Pearl, and Dead Man's Chest, I loved both of those. At World's End, it seemed like they were just bringing in all kinds of stuff that we didn't need. But for the most part, it was a fun romp. But after that, I mean, with the third one, the wheels did just kind of start falling off. And, put a pin in that, because supposedly the sixth movie is coming with Margot Robbie.
What?
Yep. Oh,
Are you serious?
I'm very serious. Very serious.
Like, they're already.
I don't want it. There's no debt.
Let's not beat it.
Mm-mm.
I cannot see her in a, like, what? No, I can't.
Hey, Dan says it could be worse. Beacon Barrel could make that movie. Good to see you, my dear. Good to see you. Sam says, I'm not really interested in seeing it. No, I am not. I'm not interested in seeing Tron Ares, but I may go see it on $5 night just because it's $5 night. It won't really cost that much. Last year's Young Woman in the City, I have no idea what that is. Critics have commended the film's visuals and soundtrack, but little else. Yeah, the visuals are great. The soundtrack, like I said, was a little jarring for me, but it was okay. Not jarring in a bad way, just jarring in that, okay, this is a different type of soundtrack than I'm used to. So she added, let's see. Critic Clarice Luray further described Tron Ares as an ethically dubious, horribly written nadir in franchise slop. Dang. But wait, there's more. She added, Tron Ares has a visual flair of a mobile game and a thematic depth that makes the 1982 original's premise, Jeff Bridges gets sucked into a computer, feel like it was written by philosophers, reports the Mirror. Okay, so to defend the original Tron, it wasn't supposed to be cinematic greatness. It was supposed to be visually stunning. And for kids like me who were into computers, we thought that was freaking amazing. So that's what that was about. Robbie Collin of The Telegraph agreed in his own 1-star review, writing, Tron Ares is so bad, it makes you wish AI would hurry up and destroy Hollywood.
Wow. Jeez.
And if you think I'm making that up, Tron Ares is so bad, it makes you wish AI would hurry up and destroy Hollywood. A shambolic film populated by some of the most aggressively charmless characters ever seen in a blockbuster. And I would agree. The trailer, none of these characters I felt any affinity for whatsoever. At least with Legacy, I liked Cora from the beginning, and the characters are kind of like, okay, well, it's interesting to kind of see what happened. Tron Ares, no, I did not give a crap. If I was watching this movie, I'd be rooting for the recognizers. I really would. That's how not interested I am with this one. Oh my gosh. Manda says most of these people need to understand that a story has a beginning, middle, and an end. You can't just keep pushing out movies in a franchise because, just because. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just because. This is not a movie anyone really asked for. I was okay with Tron Legacy dying on the vine and kind of leaving that, where it was, but if that's the case for Tron Ares, it should be a 60-second movie just like the ride. Yeah, was not that good. Not that good at all. But moving on here, let's see. The Guardian's Peter Bradshaw also branded it with a 1-star review, noting even Gillian Anderson can't slap this mind-bendingly dull sci-fi into shape. He went on to describe Leto's lead performance as unremittingly, unrelentingly awful, and concluded there's no drama or jeopardy or human interest anywhere. This franchise now looks as urgently contemporary as an in-car CD player. Slant Magazine's Jake Cole summed it up on Letterboxd, 1.5 stars for a new 9 Inch Nails score, 0 for the dullest entry, yet in a franchise that is most fondly remembered as a sort of vibe over anything that actually happens in these movies. But however, not every critique has been quite so scathing, with Empire. Well, Empire Magazine is a notorious shill these days, awarding Tron Ares a more forgiving 3-star rating. They were equally taken with 9 Inch Nails pair Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's soundtrack, remarking the real MVPs, however, are 9 Inch Nails, whose staggeringly brilliant soundtrack dominates the entire proceedings. Are we taking bets on Fortnite jokes being in the movie? Yeah, I believe it. Fortnite jokes, maybe a snippet of Marvel humor in there. Hollywood is very good at beating a dead horse. Yeah, Hollywood is and it kind of goes back to one of the script writing classes I took in college. We're like, why do studios do all these sequels? They're like, well, because about 40% of it has already been shot and footage that they can use. So they're very into just putting out these sequels as much as they possibly can. But it's just like, but
they managed to spend an absorbent amount of money as though they're filming from scratch. But all this reusage of footage doesn't seem to be saving them money. Like the math ain't mathing is what I'm saying, you know?
No, it definitely ain't. I mean, I feel nothing, for it. And the nerd sphere roundly trashed Tron Legacy. As a matter of fact, I remember an episode of Big Bang Theory. Somebody asked, how bad is it? And Howard says, somewhere in between the Hindenburg and Tron 2. He's like, oh, that bad, huh? Yes, that bad. But don't believe me. 54 rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see. Travis Johnson of Blunt Magazine. I can only guess what that magazine is about. So the actual plot here is a war between rival CEOs, which should really play well in the current climate, along with doing a collab with Tesla's Optimus and casting Jared Leto. Yeah, have you seen the Optimus robot, Erica?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, basically Tesla's robot.
Oh wait, maybe hang on. I wonder if that's hold on. I wonder if that's the one I want.
Apparently the robot's in the movie or something. Hollywood thinks those 5-minute story development meetings are great until the movie 10.
Okay. I've seen those.
You seen it? Yeah.
I want one. That's what
I love
if it'll help me around the house, I will gladly invest in one. I just need you to have financing. Take that laundry upstairs. Pick those weeds outside. Mow the yard. Hey, can you pick up that box too while you're at it and stick it up in the attic for me?
Yeah, just pick it up. Do that for me. I do like the robot. Robots are very, very cool. Let's see. That's right. Nick Johnson at Vanyaland. That's right. This is a Tron movie that thinks its audience wants to see its story unfold on the streets of San Francisco rather than the fluorescent world of cyberspace. And they are 100% right. The whole mythos with the first Tron movie was getting to go inside the computer. And my nerdy ass it's picking up on like all the references, that they're doing with regards to programming, with regards to, computers. That scene where they says, bring in the logic probe. I've had to use that in like my circuits class where you have to build circuits to control certain things. And if you weren't getting the right result, you'd have to go back over your circuit and you'd have to use this logic probe that would check each section to see if it was 0 or 1 to make sure that the value was what you set it at. So if you thought it was 0 and it turns out that it was 1, shoot, you're screwed. So I know what a logic probe is. So I thought that was pretty cool how they brought that in there. Oh, Fannie Willis Booty, thank you so very much for that $4.99 super chat. Let me hit you up, my dear.
I know you want the goodies.
Welcome to the goodie room.
And we do indeed have goodies in this room. Fannie Willis Booty says, I'm done with Hollywood. Let it burn. What I'm looking forward to is your Haunted Mansion ride through Lorena. Thanks for the show tonight, ladies. Yeah, I will be getting back to back to Walt Disney World. It's probably going to be beginning of November. As some folks may know or not know, I start a new job next week, actually on Monday. So I need to get some time to get adjusted, see what my schedule is like. But yeah, I can't wait to get back. You know, we love playing the game with the Haunted Mansion. How many times are we going to stop on the ride? And it doesn't count if we're still in the loading area. Okay. It doesn't count. You have to get past the loading area for that. And of course, you know, how many times is the ride going to stop? How many times before the cast member gets on and sounds really salty and breaks the immersion? And what ghosts we're gonna see? Yeah, like it's not that, you know, spooks have interrupted, or you know, that's still you have to get on like, please remain in your doom buggy. This ride will start immediately. Just like that.
You can tell when when the honeymoon is over at Disney with your job. That's when you know. I like to observe them too, like their facial expressions, the tones of their voices, their body language. And I just sit there and people watch the cast members, I think, more than the tourists now, just to be like, oh yeah, you really hate your job, I can tell.
Yeah, you do. You would rather be somewhere else, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? It's so bad. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, the Haunted Mansion cast members will be much happier if you let them go back to being spooky and intimidating.
They're not allowed to do that anymore, are they?
Nope, not allowed to do it anymore.
They haven't really been in character for a while, I've noticed.
No.
They don't look at you weird. Remember how they used to look at you like in a creepy way? Or they would just like have a blank stare, you know, like out looking through you or through the crowd. They don't really. Oh.
No, you go and you say hello and they're like goodbye, or they tell you
yeah.
Goodbye,
they always got
or
some
like that.
They always got some kind of like morbid comeback.
Because my aunt, when this was like I think when the park first opened, like in 1971. When she found out that they weren't supposed to smile, she was doing everything to get them to break character.
Well, now they just act like miserable employees.
Yeah, it's just like
it's not even that they're. Yeah, it's not like they're even trying to be customer service friendly, but at the same time, they're not acting in the morbid, you know, character way. They legitimately look like they hate being there.
Yeah, they're not doing, you know, the Terrence Stamp,
you
know, butler at the Haunted Mansion, you know. Are we gonna lose you? No, you're not gonna lose me. I'm gonna need to do a little bit of shuffling, but no, you're not gonna lose me. And Fannie Willis Booty again for $4.99. Thank you so very much, my dear. Here you go. For $4.99, Fannie Willis Booty says, haha, I do love the banter while you're in the tomb buggy. Reina as it's trying to get started again. Yeah, I do that. I give so much commentary. I do that because usually when I'm on an attraction, I don't really say anything, so I don't disturb other people. But when a ride stops, forget that. All bets are off. That's when I start talking.
All gloves off. We broke character, people. It's okay.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Stuff like, yeah, we're backwards. We're waiting. Did you know that this part of the attraction is supposed to mimic I forget, what was it? I think it was Constance jumping to her death off the top of the Haunted Mansion, which is why it's like you come out, the doom buggy rotates around and you slowly fall back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to imitate. So yeah, I'll usually drop factoids like that. while I've been there. Thank you for that super chat, my dear. I sure do appreciate it. Playful spooks have interrupted your doom buggy. Yeah, they'll play that once, and then you get the salty cast member. That's funny going, show me. Oh my gosh. So let's see. Rafa Guzman of Newsday, another visually appealing and emotionally unsatisfying entry in Disney's sci-fi franchise. Yeah. I mean, it's bad. Tron Ares is from the Wall Street. Okay, so this is Kyle Smith from the Wall Street Journal. Okay. Tron Ares is essentially a laser light show redo of the first two Terminator movies with Eva Sarah Connor minus the suspense, the scares, and the witty dialogue.
Wow.
And I'm trying to find. Fans may be left feeling more duress than impressed after the significant wait for this disappointing third installment. Nothing is less permanent than Tron Ares, an expendable sequel that will make you want to hit Control Alt Delete. Oh, here's my favorite. Randy Jones of Randy Reviews. Ha ha, bad script, go 101010.
Well, going back to what you were saying earlier.
I'm such a nerd.
I only caught that because you explained it earlier. So I'm like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah, you
101.
You won't. Yeah, you won't get it. But yeah, that's
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
talking bits.
Golly.
Dang, got it. Oh, I tell you.
You know you're a tech nerd when.
Mm-hmm. You start looking at this stuff and figuring out, like, oh, that's what bit? What is it? Is it binary? Is it hexadecimal? Is it which? Yeah. Man, computer science totally screwed me up. Last one, Don K from Den of Geek. It plays as a perfunctory cash grab, 2 hours of going through the motions filmmaking, but hey, there's always that score to listen to. Yeah. Tron area tech noir. Yeah, this movie is not. It's going to make a little bit of money the first time, the first week, but then it's gonna fall off a daggone cliff. I just don't see it happen. Thank you so much, Fanny Willis Booty. Oh my gosh, you are just literally lighting it up in here. Here we go.
And tell me I'm your own.
Check, please.
For $9.99, thank you so much, my dear, for your support of the channel. I bet you some snowflakes complained about the cast being somber and lifeless on the Haunted Mansion and made the woke executives change the theme personality of each ride. Yeah, I think some people were... Okay, here's a rite of passage. Haunted Mansion was always the scariest ride in Disney World. Okay. And it was a rite of passage to have your older siblings scare the heck out of you about how bad this attraction was going to be. I mean, that was the thing, and it was a whole experience. This was the one attraction in the park that was not happy all the time. And it was great because you felt immersed, Things like moving to the dead center of the room. I mean, stuff like that, But
it depends on the cast member if you're even going to get that line anymore. I've noticed because when I'm watching the local vloggers, like their lives, and I mean just in the last few days and like in the last week, I've noticed every time they go on Haunted Mansion, not all the cast members will say that. I'm like, whatever happened to the whole moving to the dead center of the room? It's like hit or miss now, where before it was, you always knew you were going to get that line. And it was such a cool line. It it was just nostalgic. You look forward to hearing it, just like you look forward of thanking the Phoenicians, on Spaceship Earth. You look forward to hearing that, and yeah, it's been really hit or miss lately. It's like they're allowed to make up the spiel on the fly now, or before it was a practice spiel, and this is what you were supposed to say, like a script. And now I guess they're allowed to just say whatever they want, like improv.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very curated. I mean, now you'll see like cast members just happily talking to each other, but not before. They were solitary, very stern, looking at you. And only recently, and I think I caught this on one of my live streams where the cast member was frozen in front of the fireplace and people didn't notice. I'm just like, oh, okay, let's see what happens. And he was the one who was saying, move to the dead center. He was actually really, really good. I'm like, okay, that's a new one. I haven't seen that one, before. I tell you. Really, guys, every time in the stretching room, I hear it every time. Yeah, scary. Try Monsters Unchained. Yeah. That one will really scare you.
Scare levels have gone up.
Completely. Okay, we're going on from Tron Ares to little side thing. That I saw. I love roasting Ubisoft. I really do. Again, me getting back into the whole gaming sphere. I feel like I've been taking crazy pills because just the amount of nonsense that's been going on. But apparently, this is my quote, Ubisoft canceled this because a Black character who wasn't a victim was a story they couldn't tell without an agenda. Now you're probably like, well, what is that? Well, I quoted that Park Place's article. Ubisoft reportedly canceled Civil War era Assassin's Creed game amid Yasuke backlash and political fear. Now, with this concept that they 86, with this particular assassin, it would have been a freed slave, like post Civil War era, going around just murking KKK members. I'm like, dang, that's kind of like Django Unchained a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who could really be against something, like that? I'm like, that could be so cool. Just immersed and steeped in history, because you had a lot of freed slaves, especially like Lawman Bass Reeves, who he fought in the Civil War, I believe, and then he actually became like a sheriff as well, charged with law and order. I'm like, that could have worked really, really good, as a concept, but it's Ubisoft. So the scoop came from this site called GameFile. And apparently in July of last year, word began to trickle through Ubisoft that an ambitious new installment of the company's top franchise, Assassin's Creed, had been canceled. Frankly, Assassin's Creed hasn't really been awesome since, I want to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I do want to play. That's the pirate one. And I do want to play that one. The new game would have brought history-spanning series to one of its most modern settings, the American Civil War, and more so, the Reconstruction period that followed in the 1860s and the 1870s. Now, with my own family, I have researched Civil War and Reconstruction more than any portion of my family's history, so I'm intimately acquainted with what that is. There's documents, out the wazoo for that particular time period. So lots of stuff that they could use for that. And in this Reconstruction era Assassin's Creed, gamers would play as a Black man who had been formerly enslaved in the South and moved west to start a new life. Dang, that sounds like Lawman Bass Reeves, actually. That sure does. to fight for justice in a conflict that would, among other things, see him confront the emergence of the Ku Klux Klan. Now, the Ku Klux Klan, who were Democrats, by the way, arose because during Reconstruction period, you had Blacks being granted the right to vote. And you had some white people who were not happy with that going on. And the terrorist group that they created was called the Ku Klux Klan. And the Ku Klux Klan didn't just go after Black people. They went after Jewish people, anybody that they deemed as, not white. Yeah. Jewish people, Greeks. Yeah. That's the group that rose to power. Now, some places they didn't, other places they did. And if you ever watched Roots, sometimes members of the Ku Klux Klan were actually law enforcement, which adds another, thing to being messed up. So when I heard this, I'm like, this game would have been freaking lit if they did it. But this is Ubisoft we're talking about. And the Ubisoft that created Black Flag is no more. Now you got the Ubisoft who plays into this fan fiction that there was a black samurai named Yasuke. There wasn't. It was fan fiction. Yasuke was never a samurai. As a matter of fact, the dude who made all that crap up, I think he got fired from the Japanese university that he was working at because none of it could be verified. None of it whatsoever.
Japan is very particular about their history and their culture.
Very. Because when that first came up and people were like, no, Yasuke was a samurai. I'm like, there is no peer-reviewed evidence. Peer-reviewed by Japanese historians. That's what I specifically said. That hasn't happened. They couldn't find anything, which tells me it's fake. They're like, no, he was a samurai. I'm like, they don't just hand out samurai titles. And considering how homogeneous of a culture Japan is, no, I don't see that happening in 15 so-and-so. No, absolutely not. But there was no basis for it. But Ubisoft went with it anyway and, tried to pee on our leg and tell us it's raining, that it's okay to have a black samurai. This is wonderful. This is diversity, and you should embrace it. Yeah, we embraced it all right. I'm really going to play that daggone game. Let's see. Oh, go and show you. I see your super chat, my dear. I'm going to get to it in a little bit. So that's according to interviews with 5 current and former Ubisoft employees who spoke to GameFile on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak about the project. Ubisoft did not respond. The people were enthusiastic about the game, but were also frustrated by its cancellation, which they perceived as Ubisoft bowing to controversy. 3 sources told GameFile that the word filtered through the company last July that management in Paris, because I keep forgetting this is a French company, Ubisoft, had stopped development on the game for 2 reasons. Online backlash in the spring to the reveal of Yasuke, a historically inspired black samurai. Historically inspired, nice wordsmithing. As a protagonist in the company's then upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows, and 2, concern that the political climate in the United States was becoming increasingly tense. Too political in a country too unstable to make it short, one source familiar to the game and its cancellation told GameFile. I read this and I'm so glad my French ancestors left that godforsaken country. They were poor. They weren't able to get out of the social order that was France in the 17th and 18th century. So they left and they came to the US. So saying that, number one, obviously, y'all have no idea of American history. I mean, you tried to blackwash Japanese history. So why am I not surprised? As for unstable, what are you talking about? The political climate? For what reason? That I don't, or is it that instead of Biden being in office, you got Trump?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what they're talking about, unstable, because it sure wasn't unstable when Biden was in office, was it? And you pushed that thing through with Yasuke, even though you were repeatedly told, repeatedly checked. And I'm forgetting the name of the Japanese guy who did the videos on YouTube about this, just how much of a slap in the face this was. And they went with it anyway. So the quote unquote online backlash wasn't the fact that you had a Black character in that game. The backlash is because you tried to say that this dude was a samurai and there was no basis. You tried to sell it as a historical fact. That's the thing. You didn't say, yeah, well, you know, you can just do your content creator to make your character and you're fighting in feudal Japan. No one have an issue with that. But you kept trying to push that your depiction of Yasuke was exactly like it was in quote unquote history, of which there was absolutely no evidence. People called you on it and you got pissed about it. So that's what you call backlash. Backlash was basically holding Ubisoft to account of trying to push this agenda on us when it was not even needed. And you did it in the name of diversity in name only. That's the only reason why y'all freaking did it. So, as for the political climate becoming increasingly tense, we just call stuff out more here when it comes to this. The climate didn't change. Well, if you want to talk about climate changing, if you're meaning that people are just more likely now to say we do not want this garbage in our face, yeah, then I guess you do.
Well, you know, if it makes sense, of course they're going to pull it. When it doesn't make sense, they're hoping it makes money. I don't know.
Exactly.
They're just their ass backwards, you know. I think the game is fine. It would sell great. People want to play. Who wouldn't want to play a Black dude giving it to the KKK? Sounds like a good game to me. I mean, like, you seriously think that's if you think that's offensive, then, well, I mean, then again, look at the caliber of people you're talking about too.
Yeah, this is.
They don't think with the right mind. They're completely ass backwards people.
Back was African American. No one had a problem with them. Everyone loved the game. Yeah. Black Flag is awesome. Love beating those legendary ships. You know what? I didn't want to make you wait any longer. Thank you, Going Shogi, for that $5 super chat, my dear. Thank you so very much. We'll play this one since we're talking about a game here.
Is this an out of season April Fool's joke?
Going Shogi for $5. Thank you so much, my dear. It went from thanks Phoenicians to thank Phoenicians.
Mm-hmm.
Something else, I tell you. Thank you so much for the support, my dear. I sure do appreciate that. Guys, help keep the lights on, the bill paid, all that stuff. So let's see. Keely Chow, I see you, my dear. Good seeing you. And yes, the summer of love. Now that you can look back, you can see all of it. All this nuts going on. Amanda says, what you want to bet they're going to claim it's because no one wants Black leads in their games because of the Yasuke problem instead of actually fixing the real problem. I wouldn't put it past them. I really did. I really wouldn't. Now, you're always going to have the group of people. It's like, how is it? One of my supervisors used to say, there's an asshole in every population. It just happens, you know. She recommended this book to me, which I got to go back and read.
The village asshole.
It's called The No Asshole Rule, and it's blunt like that for a reason. About dealing
Sounds
with
like a
office
book I would
politics.
read.
It is a good read. It's about office politics. It's such a good read. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. You have some people who have knee-jerk reactions. They'll see a female character in the game and they yell, woke, scream, running around with their hair on fire. They'll see a minority as a lead in a game, run around, hair on fire, with no justification. Yeah, you got some people out there who are like that, who will have a knee-jerk reaction.
Oh,
And
so they're projecting onto the audience that they think white people will be offended at playing a black dude.
Yes.
Because, white people are racist. I mean, isn't that the narrative they've been pushing anyways for like how long now?
Once again, you French don't get it. You don't get it. You really do not get it. And you don't get our history over here. You just no. No. Once again, I'm glad my French left the country. They left the country, and there was always this friction between the Creoles who lived in New Orleans and when the stuck-up French relatives would come to visit. That's the only reason why, you have to know how to make the French staples to, prove that you can actually cook technically and to, placate the relatives who came by because they couldn't handle spicy, intricate Creole food. They're punks. They couldn't handle it. But that was an often conflict that went on. They get here, not really understand, the history. But yeah, Ubisoft, y'all don't want to do that. There are a type of people who can't make a Blade movie with Blade just murking vampires for 2 hours. Yes, Thanatos, Felicia Tosh, you are absolutely right. I don't like playing games like Assassin's Creed, but being a black dude off in Klansman would be interesting. I mean, who wouldn't want to freaking do that?
I don't even game, and that sounds like a fun game for me. Just going around, what? That's like Grand Theft Auto. You just go around stealing cars and causing mayhem. You're not actually playing the game. You're just like doing your own thing, just causing mayhem just because you can in a game.
And just do it. And now that I think about it, there was this game, and I'm forgetting who it is. I think it was like in the development phase where they were going to recreate Cortez arriving in Mexico to overthrow the Aztecs. And I opened my mouth and said, hey, can I play as a conquistador to see if I could do whatever? And then people were saying that. Other people were like, yeah, so can I play as an Aztec, see if I can repel Cortez and all that stuff? It was nuts. People were just like, we just want to be able to play one or the other and just let things fall as it should.
Right.
And some people got so mad, like, you want to play the colonizers? I'm like, yes, I want to play one of my conquistador ancestors, of course. And then switch on the other side and play it like one of my Aztec ancestors. You had the people who had their panties in a bunch, like, how dare you think about that? But the game company was like, oh, yeah, we'll note that down. I'm like, cool. Oh, God, I freaking loved it. Hey, Ray says breathing is racist. That's my brother-in-law. Good seeing you, my dear. Let's see. I'd spend my summers in the boondocks of Baltimore. These people don't know what racism actually is. No, they do not. They do not. And I saw a video recently of just how much of a crap hole Paris has become, which is heartbreaking because Paris used to be a beautiful, beautiful city. Beautiful city I had no desire to visit, but still, famous nonetheless. I wouldn't turn down being able to go visit the Louvre, or the Torre, all of that stuff. I wouldn't turn it down. But now, due to unchecked immigration, it's a crap hole. It's oh my gosh, it's so bad. It's so bad. And once again, I think it goes to the fact that you have this French country that, or, these French CEOs who really do not truly understand American culture and American history. But then again, you couldn't really be bothered to check history for Assassin's Creed Shadows. So
we probably have American consultants whispering all kinds of shit in their ears. It's not true.
Wait, y'all. Didn't Sweet Baby Inc. work with Ubisoft?
Yeah, that's why they went to
All right,
shit.
never mind. Yeah, never mind.
And Christian told me, he's like, Mom, we just don't talk about Ubisoft anymore.
No, we don't. We don't. And not for nothing, but Sweet Baby Inc. is a Canadian company, I believe. And Canada is about as diverse as a bag of rice. We have more Black people in Detroit than are in Canada.
Oh, jeez.
And yes, I do read the articles about how in Toronto, discrimination against Caribbean community. I have heard that. I've been to Canada, so I can talk about that. Reina Creole, I'm glad your ancestors came to the USA because we got you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I tell you, finding out the history of my family has given me a new appreciation for the United States, because these were people who they couldn't move up socially in Europe, or they didn't like, how they were treated in China or the Philippines, or people who were just farmers, farmers in England, people who, the land was so poor they were being starved to death, in southern Germany. They left and they came here. The society that developed over here it didn't matter what your class was, for the most part. We'll take the South out of it. That you could come here and you could make your fortune. And that's what happened. This country, it is amazing. There's no other country like it. And if you want a quick appreciation for this country, go somewhere else.
Yeah, for real.
Go to Europe. I've been to Europe. Been to Europe, been to Canada. Go to another country and realize what you can or cannot do.
Can't do. Or even if you can get away with things, you will meet Europeans and you'll be able to tell what they can't get away with, but what you can. At least that's how kind of is for military. There are things that we can get away with, but there are things my European friends can't get away with. And that's when you kind of learn a few things.
Exactly. Nita says, love Creole food. Yes, it is amazing. Quick, add more spices in your the French cousins are coming. Oh my gosh. I always have to go through this when I say I do not. Maybe it's a typical Creole American thing. French restaurant, no, we ain't down with that. French bistro, like with sandwiches and stuff like that. Oh, we are so down.
Who doesn't like a good sandwich? I do.
Oh,
she was like salami, ham,
like on a croissant, and
I know. Or even on that French bread.
It's just so good.
It's like that line in Ratatouille where she says it's not about like the softness of the bread, it's the sound of it. And she's like, and I'm like, yes.
Absolutely. It's absolutely delicious. I love it. See, the problem is gamers who play the AC games would see right through the BS. They've already done America. Bring it back here just to bring the KKK. If it wasn't Ubisoft, I would say that wouldn't be a problem, especially if it was factually done due to that particular time period. But since it's Ubisoft, no, they wouldn't do it right. They wouldn't do it right. It's like Red Dead Redemption with assassins. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
They've lost too much credibility, it seems. with the gaming community.
They really have. They really have. It's like when I came back into gaming, I'm like, Ubisoft does what now? Something else.
Yeah, Christian was telling me about like some indie games that, and a lot of his friends are getting more into the independent scene. Didn't know that was really a thing, but like, apparently there's indie games out there that are good.
Yeah, they're really good. Indie studios are like the thing. The company that made Claire Expedition 33, which I still have.
Yeah, that's the one Christian's obsessed with. Obsessed.
They are ex Ubisoft.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
With an even crazy small team. And and they came.
Well, that's a hell of a game they put out, because Christian made me sit down and like watch the intro. And I was like, geez, it makes me want to like just sit down and watch it like a movie. I'm like, what? He's like, Mom, you should totally play. I'm like, I'll watch you play just to see the story play out. I don't know if I had the patience to sit there and figure out all the battles and all the drama. I'm like, nah, but I could sit here and just kind of watch you play, I guess.
Yeah, that's one where I have to get it.
He loves it. His costume is going to be one of the characters from Expedition 33. Like he is all into this game. Like it's like some subculture of his life now. It
looks so good. The music is, oh my gosh, the music.
That's all I hear. There's that soundtrack. That is all I hear coming from his room in his massive surround sound bar that he bought for this tiny room. And he's just like, I'm like, dude, it's a beautiful soundtrack, but can you turn it down? I'm like, I think the whole neighborhood can hear what you're playing.
Dim Black, hello, and I love your avatar. It looks so beautiful. Are you wearing a kimono on that one? Because I think it is. Looks gorgeous. I'm going to Paris next month. I'm a little worried with incidents of tourists being mugged. I've heard about that. Honestly, since I'm used to being in Philly and New York, I'm always like on the lookout. I've
never been. The only trip to Paris I took was we were with a tour group, and it was a Joan of Arc tour, and we went to all the sites that she, like the church where she was baptized in, or the house where she was born, all the historical sites of like of her life.
Yeah,
but it was nowhere near the Eiffel Tower, because Paris is huge. It's not just like the city. There's outer limits. There's like countryside to Paris. And we were in those areas. So I don't even have any advice other than what we're taught in the military, is to try to blend in as much as you can. I wouldn't go out there wearing an American flag and really outing yourself that you're a tourist. We're taught over here to just to blend in. Don't stick out like a sore thumb for that reason. So you don't cause. So it's for safety reasons. If you're in a group, it's even better. Stay out of like back alleys and closed off areas. Try to stay more and basically don't hang out in the shadows, hang out in the light. And wear a lot of your stuff like front pockets. If you can wear things like where it really kind of hides your money, your passport, because I know pickpocketing is huge. It's always been a problem there. That's a standard staple issue. Is pickpocketing. Rome is the same way. Pretty much every major city in Europe is like that. And I just wouldn't put anything in back pockets. I wouldn't wear a backpack on your back, with all your important things. Just, common sensical things like that to mitigate, being mugged.
And Erica's 100% right, because when I had to travel to Europe and I had a top secret security clearance at the time, they were telling me all this stuff. that I needed to do while I was over there. I didn't wear any super flashy clothes. I didn't even wear a purse outside. It's like I had this big like shearling coat. So I had like everything on the, everything on the inside, nothing that people could ran up and like, pull or anything. I mean, I stuck out anyway. So people were, let's put it this way. Apparently, I was so good at not seeming American that people thought that I was Canadian.
Oh wow, that's actually a plus.
Yeah, they thought that I was, that I was Canadian. This one British lady at the checkout at Marks and Spencer's was like, "Oh, so you're returning to Canada?" I'm like, "No, I'm from America." And it's like she didn't believe me. And she's just like, "Oh, well, you're returning to Jamaica." I'm like, "No, I'm actually American. Really, I am."
We had a friend out here, one of Raf's coworkers who had gone to Paris. He's Puerto Rican, went there speaking Spanish only. They thought he was from Spain, and he was given like the royal treatment by the French people because they had no clue that he was even American, because he went over there completely in disguise as a complete Hispanic, and he just played along with them. He just, oh yeah, España, he's from Spain. And he's like, I just played along. He's like, man, I had a great time in France, no problem. They treated me like a freaking king. And the waiter to this restaurant was bringing me all these extra samples of wine and just really kind of pampering me. Yeah, it sucks that it's like that, but it's France. Like they have that reputation anyways, unfortunately.
I have, with my interaction with French people, it's kind of, I think as I try to figure out where I'm from, number one. Then, like, say at Epcot, if I actually, there's two things. If I actually speak French to, the cultural representatives or whatever, they seem shocked when I do that.
Well, yeah, because they're in America, so they don't expect any American to know.
So they don't expect you, to talk about it. And then I tell them, like where my people are from in France, and they are just like flabbergasted. They just want to know more. The other thing is, not that it's exactly the same, but if I'm in the park and I see someone who's Haitian and I actually speak French, they'll like go on a tear in Haitian Creole. I'm like, I can only understand every third word just saying. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's very interesting traveling to Europe as Black American. It's very interesting for the most part. I've gotten like
try to speak the language, even if you just say like the hello, goodbye, thank you. Even though, because we went to Cora, which is 45 minutes from here, it's basically France's version of what? Three of my friends were mugged. One was mugged in the airport. Jeez.
Mugged in the airport?
Damn. Get you some pepper spray. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you can take pepper spray or not, but yeah, definitely how they call it, situationally aware, your head on a swivel. Literally, it's amazing how you can make people back off if you make eye contact with them. And not to be threatening, but just to give the idea that where you are situationally. That's just something I've done when I've been to other countries. I've never been mugged in the airport. Oh my gosh, that is
me neither. That's
what
crazy.
is happening in Paris. Oh my gosh. I'd be extra careful. A month ago, some story was going around about an American female streamer that got punched in the face by what I assume was an illegal immigrant, definitely Muslim. Yeah, there's even certain places in Kissimmee and other places in Orlando that I would not stream at because you're not quite sure what the situation is about. Regular public areas like malls and stuff like that, that's a little different. But you have some people who will go out streaming in these areas, like in crowds, like the very things that they tell you to not do. If there's some demonstration, you don't go investigate, you go the other way. You do not get involved with that, at all. If you've got to ask questions, try to ask somebody who's like with a family or something like that, Wow. Yeah, you got to watch out for that for sure. Yep. Pickpockets. Yeah.
Yeah. Double team. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They do that in freaking Disney Springs. I've heard stories of the teams of people. One will distract you while the one is over there trying to dig into your purse or your backpack.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I've seen so many people who have come over here, especially like Europeans, and they'll have first of all, when you're dripping in Louis Vuitton, you might as well just put a sign out that says, rob
me.
Big wad cash, same thing. Just
you have to know where to wear that stuff. Like I wouldn't just wear it anywhere if I had like a Louis Vuitton bag.
There's just like and it's not, and I'm not talking about the entry level Louis Vuitton bag. Okay. Like the ones
the
that are
entry levels are freaking expensive. I priced them and I was like, like $2,500 to $5,000 just for a little bag like this big, a little mini crossbody. It's basically a wallet on a chain, and they call it a purse.
Girl, I made the mistake of walking into a Louis Vuitton in the King of Prussia Mall. I don't know. I had no business going in there, but I did. And I don't know if I have this look where salespeople see me and they see dollar signs, so they start hauling out some of the most expensive stuff. Dude brought out this patent leather tote bag that had like the Louis Vuitton stamp on it. Felt like freaking butter. I saw how much that was. I'm like, no, you can take that back. Thank you.
See, I walk into those stores and they know I'm poor. They know I'm a peasant. They don't even look at me. They just kind of do this.
I don't know. It's like
I went to a Gucci store once and that was the treatment I got. I was like, okay. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yep. Y'all know I'm poor.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't want to spend any money. I'm broke. Leave me alone. I should think I have money. But yeah, always trust the gut feeling. Yeah, definitely be situationally aware. Assume everybody's trying to pickpocket you.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to have that defensive mentality, which is hard when you're on vacation, because I see people like when they come here to Walt Disney World, it's like people will come here and it's just like situational awareness is gone. Yes, you're on vacation. Yes, you're here to have fun. But like any other major city, you've got opportunists. So you really do have to watch out about that. And it's kind of like what I told my nieces and nephews when they came to visit. I had to give them the talk that says, you know what, if some weird person you don't know tries to talk to you, tries to touch you, your job is to come and let me know. Because while it's the happiest place on earth, it's also ground zero for some folks who are attracted to minors. That is a fact. Mm-hmm. Disneyland has the same problem.
Yeah.
Any place where there's a large concentration of kids, they do. They do. I wanted to have Jason Momoa travel with me, but I couldn't. I need to hire someone, like those bodyguard guys with the dark glasses, and they just follow you around. That's great. Hi, Alan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. See, I perfected the look. It's basically resting bitch face, but on a man, people don't F with you. They avoid you like the plague. Yeah. You don't have to worry about people trying to get in your pants. When all you're just trying to do is you're in the Heathrow Airport, you're just trying to get to where it is that you want to go, and some Nigerian dude wants to tell you how he went to Thailand specifically to go sleep with whores and somehow thinks that's supposed to impress you. I'm just like, so where are you staying? I'm like, I don't need to tell you that. Get away from me. That's why I like wearing sunglasses. I don't have to look at people in the eye. I wonder if NYC is worse than Paris these days. It's on its way. Someone who told me, not someone who told me, I was watching a video on YouTube where these people were like busting pickpockets in Paris. And they were just like, yeah, they'd been to New York. It said Paris was way worse. Paris is worse than London, you know, and everything that I've heard. Oh my gosh. But yeah, stay safe, my dear. Definitely stay safe, my dear. Well, Soul Assassin sent me this. Remember that Aztec game I was telling you about?
Oh yeah.
It's true. And here it is. I'll probably get claimed, but I don't care.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my conquistador ancestors. Yeah, my Aztec ancestors. We're gonna get them out of here. Oh, so you can build the traps, the trip wires. That's the stuff you put on the poison, like poison dart. I know, right? I want to play both.
Hey, who needs Mortal Kombat and you got this?
It looks so good. Man, yeah, you got got Jaguars out there, the Eclipse.
Wow.
I can't freaking wait to play this darn game. It's supposed to be out in 2025. So yeah. I was like, I have to play this game. I have to totally play this game. Well, we have 113 of you folks in here watching. Thank you so very much. This is the Spice Lounge podcast. Let's see. Mel Gibson probably saw this trailer and thought, hey, make a game about Apocalypto. Dude, I still have to finish watching Apocalypto. That was really good. I think I saw the first 20 minutes and I got distracted with something else, but I have to sit and finish watching Apocalypto because ever since I found out that basically I had ancestors who were Aztec, I was like, I gotta watch Apocalypto. It looked really cool. We need to stop pretending the Aztecs were the good guys. They weren't. As evidenced by a couple of other tribes that were around that the Aztec oppressed. They did. That's where they got a lot of their human sacrifices. Do you know why the Aztec temples, it's such a steep slope? Y'all know why that is? Because as soon as they cut somebody's heart out, they could kick the body down and it would roll straight down. That's exactly what they would do. But the Aztecs felt that the world would literally come to an end without human sacrifice. So
yeah,
that was real. That was 100% real. I don't know about the gameplay. Looks a little clunky. I wonder how the controls will handle. Yeah, I haven't seen a state of play for this yet, so I'd be very interested in seeing what that is. Yes, yes, they did. They literally ripped the breathing hearts from people and replaced it with burning embers so they could feel it before. But yeah, it was pretty darn messed up. That's why Cortez, one of the reasons he was so successful is that these other tribes who were tired of being, oppressed by the Aztecs, becoming human sacrifices, allied with him. So yeah, well, that and I think the smallpox too didn't help things, Liam McNeil says, Reina Creole, of course this game won't show all the tribes that we just talked about that. Well, Liam, we don't know because it's still in development. So we shall have to see. We'll have to see how that turns out. But the fact that people wanted the choice to play as one or the other, I think is good. See if they actually follow through with that. Aztecs were so brutal. See, y'all are confirming exactly what it read. They were so brutal that most of the local tribes sided with the Spaniards against them. Mm-hmm. Yep, they did. They did. As defenseless as people make them out to be, they actually repelled the Spanish the first time. Yes, they did. And Cortez had to go get reinforcements and come back. Same with the North American Native Americans. Massasoit was the most gruesome and violent people. You had some tribes that were much more, much more aggressive, definitely, than others. Like with the case of Columbus, and a lot of people don't tell you this. When Columbus got there, the first people that he ran into, like the natives that he ran into, they basically let him know you had this tribe called the Carib Indians who were cannibals. And they wanted Columbus to protect them. So he did. So that's how how he got in. So yeah, Carib Indians, yeah, they're cannibals. That's what they were. That's what they were. All right. So, hey, Avarice Carmen again. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, let's get on to this. Now, if he wasn't a famous director, I would say this is some old man yells at cloud crap. But when you have people like Martin Scorsese, who basically says Marvel movies aren't cinema, you got Ridley Scott says modern movies are ish, and he just watches his own movies nowadays. They're really good, and also they don't age. Now, Erica, have you watched any Ridley Scott movies before, like Alien?
The first one scared the shit out of me.
Blade Runner.
I saw Blade in like 99, 98 ish.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember I was with my ex at the time, and I was young.
No worries. Well,
I'm sure I've seen some of his other movies. I just don't really follow directors. I've never really wanted to pay attention to that when I go to see a movie. I watch the movie, I go home.
Yeah, Ben Black. Gladiator 2 was so freaking awful.
Did he do Gladiator 2?
Well, he produced it, and here's the separation that I want to make, because some people said, "Oh, well, he directed Prometheus." No, he didn't. He didn't direct Romulus. That was Fede Alvarez. Ridley Scott just had producer credit. So producer basically just means money. So he's been on, he's had a lot of producer credit, but that's like about it. Napoleon 2, I couldn't even finish. A friend of mine advised me to not even watch it. So I took her advice. The trailers, I thought it was going to be good, and she saw it and she was just like, no, just don't watch it. So Ridley Scott has made his share of bombs. However, he's one of those people who's been in this Hollywood game for decades. So it's just interesting that he would say that. So from the Hollywood Reporter, the Heat Vision blog, Ridley Scott says movies today are drowning in mediocrity. The Gladiator director on how mediocrity of modern films has sent him fleeting back on his own. Now, I'm not going to disagree with him, actually. there's so many films that are just downright, why did y'all even spend money on it? You know, I mean, Minecraft, yeah, it was a fun movie to watch, but it's basically a side quest. There was nothing. Minecraft is nothing like Finding Nemo. Not even the same with that. Morbius sucked. Fantastic Four, and even the James Gunn Superman. In the grand scheme of Superman movies, it's nowhere near the Richard Donner original. The first one, the second one. I dare say I would go watch Man of Steel again before I would watch James Gunn's Superman, but I can't argue with him.
I mean, the numbers speak for themselves at the box office. Seems like there's more flops than there are like winners. And that's just like across the board.
Yeah. It's like if the movies that seem to succeed the best, that are just like, wow, that's something really, really cool, are usually independent films, or movies will say that certain studios will look over because it may be problematic. Sound of Freedom, anyone?
I loved that movie. I thought it was great. It was a hard watch, though, I will say.
It was a hard watch that it needed to be that hard.
Yeah.
To
it was
watch
heartbreaking
in order for, the payoff, in the end, which was wonderful. It's like it was hidden, hidden in plain sight. Yes, Godzilla -1. Yeah. And that was, and that was a Japanese film. And they made it for like what? 17 million?
Yeah, it was some low amount, and they blew it out of the ballpark with what they made off of it. Did they have another release of it, or did they make a second one?
They made a second release to bring it back, because the first release was, I think it was supposed to be limited run. It made so much money that they brought it back. I remember, I think I saw it the day it got released, the evening it got released, and I went in the theater, and there wasn't a lot of people there, but you could tell we were all kaiju nerds, and we're all in the same row, and we're watching it like I think we're in RPX high fidelity or whatever. And I never will forget the scene where you see Godzilla use the atomic breath for the first time. We were like speechless. And even that aside, that whole story, it was such a human story that it's to the point now where I can't watch Godzilla -1 with the English dub. I have to watch it with the subtitles. It's just amazing. So you have movies like that. You have movies like Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, which is like the highest earning anime movie, I think, in history right now. Made an unholy amount of money. I mean, showings, they were pretty much full for that one, but you could bring a family. I think it was rated R just for like, lots of slashing and hacking and weird stuff going on. So that's probably why. But for the most part, people were sitting there enjoying it, and they just had like the best time. And yeah, Mugen Train came out on the tail end of the pandemic. And this was another one where it was a short run in US theaters, that it made so much money that they had to bring it back so people could see it. I never watched Megalopolis. I did not. Did you see it, Erica?
No, I haven't even heard of this title.
I think was Margot Robbie in that one? Oh wait, no, that was another
the first time I've even heard of this.
Megalopolis. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Absolutely. Check out. I wish I could get into Demon Slayer, but it's not my jam. It's not for everybody. It's kind of like why I don't like Dan. I just could not get I did not get into that. I couldn't get into it, but I see why people like it. Godzilla -1 did the impossible of making human characters interesting in a Godzilla movie. Yeah, and I almost wouldn't say it's impossible. Because this was Toho's Godzilla movie, which is nowhere near the comedic Godzilla movies like Legendary does. Although I freaking love Godzilla King of the Monsters. I love Godzilla King of the Monsters. That scene with Mothra, that's all I'm going to say. But Toho licensed that to Legendary, so that's different. Godzilla is more jokey, playful, which is not the Godzilla that I'm used to. Godzilla -1, dude's a freaking terror. He is a beast, like he's supposed to be, and they just do so well at knowing that the crux, there's a very, very human story, and we're invested in the human story. Legendary, I don't really quite hit that. Aubrey Plaza. Oh, okay. And then, of course, there's K-pop Demon Hunters, which I did watch that. I saw that twice. Matter of fact, we got a watch party for that one. I watched that twice. I watched a couple episodes of Full Metal Alchemist, but I got distracted by other things. And I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z, but I know a lot of people that do.
Christian, he's starting to buy toys of Dragon Ball. He got the little crystal ball looking thing the other day. I'm like,
oh.
Yeah, he grew up watching that. He loves Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dark Council, he loved Dragon Ball. Naruto Shippuden, that's another one. Yeah, that's another one. But yeah, that's what he says. And the legendary director of Alien, Gladiator, and Blade Runner says films today are so hopelessly mediocre, he's taking to rewatching some of his old movies instead. Wow. So this is actually taken from a report on UK Yahoo News. And he likes to watch films and TV shows to like cast find new talent. Gladiator 2 was not that great. I'm just going to tell you that much. Tell you that. Only lately, watching the latest titles has become a bit of a grind for the 87-year-old filmmaker. Well, right now I'm finding mediocrity. We're drowning in mediocrity, Scott said. The quantity of movies that are made today, literally globally, millions. There's not thousands, there's millions, and most of it is ish. 80% and 40% is the rest. 25% of that 40 is not bad, and 10% is pretty good. Top 5% is great. Yeah. Scott acknowledged his math might not be perfect. I'm not sure about what portion I've just said he added, but in the 40s, when there were perhaps 300 movies made, 70% of them were similar. For example, I think a lot of films today are saved and made more expensive by digital effects because what they haven't got is a great script on paper first. Get it on paper.
They're just filming on the fly and just kind of coming up with the storyline on the fly. And then it just doesn't make sense, cohesive sense when it's all finished. That's what I'm gathering.
Yeah, it's like they haven't gotten the script together. Like they haven't got a tight story together. Like case in point, like a lot of those Marvel movies where the script wasn't finished and they had to go do rewrites.
I'm hearing. I'm like, how is it you have such a big name like Marvel and you're not doing the story first and solidifying the story? Then you go out and put your movie together, whatever comes next. You know, I was kind of shocked to hear that the industry is really just kind of doing doing things as they go. I'm like, that's not how it used to be. And I'm not even like a crazy nerd into this stuff. It's just it's common sense. You write the story first, right?
Well, because it used to be effects and stuff like that were really expensive. So you needed to know where you were going to blow all your money, depending on the script, itself. So of course it would make logical sense to make sure you got a script that's tight. Like I remember Tom Cruise was talking about, like, for Top Gun Maverick, it's like that script when it was first, it went through so many rewrites until Tom Cruise saw and said, okay, yeah, all right, now you actually got, a good story. And this is also true for indie studios that don't have a lot of money. It's like, look, we got to make sure this story is banging. You ever notice, like, when you watch Star Trek, the original series, okay, the effects are cheesy as hell. But
I've heard it was like really expensive, which is why this show couldn't continue on, because all their ideas, like the technology, just hadn't been developed to do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, it was expensive, especially with the special effects. But it's like, looking back at the original series, the stories were so good. For the most part, okay, take Spock's brain out of the equation, because that episode was ass. Okay, but the story was great, And we used to get movies that they were absolute bangers, one after the other. And again, I'll bring up Marvel. There's a big difference between Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and Fantastic Four. It's nowhere near what Captain America Winter Soldier was, like, at all. I think it's just, especially with these big studios, there's so much money that they're throwing around. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. getting what, $90 million to show up in the new Avengers? Who? $90 million. 90 freaking million, to do that. And yet you have some indie studio that does a horror movie about a haunting from a dog's perspective. I'm just like, who would have thought of that?
So this guy who they're interviewing, I mean, if he's like a big name director, doesn't he have any influence to help change some of this in the industry?
He could, or maybe he's just happy with just being a producer. Most part, I think.
Is he kind of like retired himself from directing?
I think so, for the most part. Yeah. Let's see, Scott. Let's see. Yeah, 79 Alien relied on practical special effects, which is true, which visually holds up better than most of the film sequel. Yes, if you go back and you watch Alien and you compare that to, like, Prometheus or Alien Romulus,
It's a terrifying movie. Terrifying. Yes. The first one, I won't watch it again. It scared the hell out of me.
The suspense. I walked in. My parents were watching this movie, like, late at night, and I walked in, and you know what scene I walked in on?
Oh no!
When the alien burst out of the guy's chest.
Oh yeah, no. Nope.
I thought it was hilarious. And not only is it hilarious, but you want to talk about stellar directing. The only people that knew about that, and I'm blanking, the actor and, like, the effects guy. No one else knew. So when you see how they react, and you see Veronica Cartwright's face when she gets splattered, but she's screaming off. They had no freaking idea that was going to happen. So that fear that you see is real. And I was like, dang,
It was
thank
like
you,
real
John
surprising
Hurt.
element.
Because they had no idea. I'm like, dang, because that is one of the best horror scenes I have ever seen. And the fact that nobody knew. And I got to meet Yaphet Kotto years ago, like in the UK before he passed away. And I was telling him that story about that time. First saw Alien. And that's what I saw. And then I went and I bought the book from the bookstore. That's even scarier. The book itself is even worse. Alien.
Yes, that was gross.
It was so gross.
It made me nauseated. You get that like queasy feeling in your stomach, like you feel your face turn green. Yeah, I won't watch that. I don't like any of the Alien movies after that. I was like, yeah, no. My dad will sit there and watch. He'll watch all of them.
I do.
But the older ones are his favorite ones, because those are the, he's a boomer. So like the original ones are the ones that he gravitates to.
Alien was so good. And even reading the book was good as well. I had fun. How was he critiquing other scripts when his movie scripts were a nightmare? When he was filming Gladiator, he didn't have a proper script. They were just shooting stuff and edited well afterwards. Well, Ben Black, I think what happened is that's the part, the old man yells at cloud part was Ridley Scott. Yeah. So I think that's where that comes from. He kind of feels because he had a couple of movies who actually did quite well, then he's feels he can critique them. So
I liked how Jenna Ortega, because she was asked a similar question.
Mm-hmm.
And she made the observation that basically Gen Z doesn't have anything to call their own because everything is so copy and paste. There's really nothing original. And they keep resurrecting all of this Gen X stuff that we identify with.
Mm-hmm.
But like Gen Z doesn't have anything original to really call their own. And they don't resonate with the movies that we grew up with because obviously there's a generational gap there.
Right.
It's like they're trying to shove what we grew up with at Gen Z, and Gen Z's just kind of like, yeah, we don't want our parents' leftovers. Can we get our own stuff, please? I can't blame them. I think she kind of made a really good point when she said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does, because think about it, like Stranger Things, I have fallen off the bus with that. I'm like, no, I'm not interested anymore. But they seem to keep bringing back this 80s aesthetic. They're trying to bring it back. And it's just like, yeah, okay, pull out some other, some other things worth to watch. Yeah, Gen Z and Gen A getting all the remakes and reboot. Yeah, they are, and it's sad. Where you going, Shogi?
And the only place they can get original content is on YouTube and TikTok, or what little mindless games that they like to play, And I mean like the little kitty like games.
Yeah.
Like cartoony avatars you play dress up with, like things like that. At least for Gen Alpha, not so much Gen Z.
Yeah, they kind of like that. But what about Frankenstein? Is it only on Netflix? I think it is, Ben Black. I think it is. The Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. I think let me check first. I love Guillermo del Toro's work. Let's see. Yeah, November 7th. Oh, day after my birthday. Yeah, Frankenstein. I've had this one on my radar ever since it was announced to watch this Frankenstein movie. Guillermo del Toro, I love his directing. Remember that piece of crap live action Pinocchio remake that Disney did? Okay, that was crap. Guillermo del Toro did a stop motion Pinocchio movie that was so freaking good. It felt like the original Disney animated one, but it was all in stop motion. And it was done so freaking well. Guillermo del Toro did that. And it was fabulous. I think he won an award for it. It was really amazing. So much fun to watch. I absolutely love that. So, yep, that's coming out on Netflix November 7th, in select theaters October 17th. I can't wait to watch this.
Now, does this at all have anything to do with Universal?
That is a good question.
Because, I'm thinking of like Epic Universe, Dark Universe, and they got all like the OG monsters. I didn't know if they had anything to do with this.
It may be 25% different, so they don't have to pay Universal royalties. Because they are using the original work. Like they have to give, credit to Mary Shelley, but it's not like Universal Monsters Frankenstein.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
We went to them.
Yeah, so that's how they can get away with that. So their Frankenstein probably is not going to look like the one that we're used to seeing. So, yeah.
I went to Mary Shelley. I went to where she was inspired to write Frankenstein. There's not a whole lot there, I can say that. It looked like I mean, all it is like massive slab of like stone and maybe 2 walls. That's it. You can't even imagine it's in such ruins. You can't even actually imagine what the building looked like at all. But somehow that inspired her to write Frankenstein. But there is nothing out there. It's all woods and forest, and then like in the middle of nowhere is this like just castle ruins, and it's in such ruins you can't even really envision what it looked like with other walls. Yeah, it's sad. It's really kind of depressing.
Oh yeah, Guillermo won an Oscar for that. Yeah, and it was very well deserved. Very well deserved. I think you can watch it on Netflix, I believe. Pinocchio. It is so freaking good. And Jiminy Cricket wasn't some salty old bug. It's good. Yeah. Do not watch the Disney remake. Watch that one instead. Ridley Scott. Liam McNeil says Ridley Scott always did better when filming someone else's script and story. He often floundered when he tried to be the storyteller. The multiple cuts of Blade Runner is an example. I'm a prime believer that if you direct, if you're writing, you shouldn't be the director, and vice versa. Case in point, Patty Jenkins. The first Wonder Woman movie was off the chain. Wonder Woman 1984, she wrote the script. And that movie was friggin' awful. Yeah, so I think those should be separate. But yeah, that's what Ridley Scott is saying. And of course, he can go ahead and say that now. But over here on Collider, all 29 Ridley Scott movies ranked from worst to best. Now I'm going to scroll through a lot of these because I don't think any of them I liked until like number 14 or something like that. Like Exodus, Gods and Kings. I've never seen that one. Probably a good reason why I didn't. I did not know this Robin Hood movie existed.
Same here. News to me.
I had no freaking idea. None. Yeah, Collider. You have to kind of wink and nudge when it comes to Collider. Shill's got a shill. Yeah, that's Collider, right? Oh Lord! Wait, He directed this crap?
I didn't know that.
Oh.
I was only what, 17 at the time?
I didn't even watch this movie. I heard it.
Oh, we did. I was in ROTC. We freaking watched this, like, I swear, 3 times. I mean, we were with the ROTC nerds. Any kind of like military movie was like our jam in our group.
Is that Cate Blanchett? No, that is Demi Moore. That is Demi Moore, my dear. Oh, or was it up here? Okay. Oh yeah, Robin Hood. Sorry. Yeah. Cate Blanchett was in it. Yeah, I have not brought myself to watch G.I. Jane. It just didn't really interest me. A Good Year. I have no idea what this movie is. I've never seen it. Ridley Scott doing a rom-com. I don't know. The Counselor. I haven't seen this. Although there's Javier Bardem. Jane Will Smith goes laughs the one. I laughed at that joke at the Oscar. I laughed my ass off. I thought that was so funny. Until Will Smith lost his mind. Well, Jada gave him that look, you know. Let's see. Hannibal. I did not like Hannibal. It was nothing like Silence of the Lambs. I saw it.
I didn't.
I
wasn't interested.
You didn't miss anything with Hannibal. It wasn't really all that great. Someone to Watch Over Me. I'd heard about this one, but never watched it.
I was too young to care.
Yeah, same. I was like, I mean, I know who Brown Berenger is. I know who Mimi Rogers is. I know who Lorraine Bracco is because Lorraine Bracco was in The Sopranos.
I was 7 years old. The only thing I wanted to watch was cartoons.
Same. Body of Lies. I have no idea what the heck this movie is.
Me neither.
2008. I love Russell Crowe, but I was not interested in that. White Squall. I have no idea what this freaking movie is at all. So kind of reminds me of Lord of the Flies. If I'm,
I was just thinking that. I'm like, why does it look like Lord of the Flies? Like they're all half grown now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, reminds me of that. House of Gucci. Okay,
I did watch that.
I did watch this. Gucci.
I watched it not long ago either. It's only been
I had to watch it. Lady Gaga. Everybody was awesome in this.
It was good.
I love movies about fashion houses, and
yeah, me too.
House of Gucci was kicking.
There's another one they made.
Watch it.
I forgot who it was. No, there was another one. House of Gucci. And there was another one. The Versace.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, I watched that one too.
I watched that one. That one was hard to watch because remember when he got shot and killed?
Yeah.
South Beach. Yeah, that was hard to watch. House of Gucci was so bad. I think I was just I just wanted to watch it. It's such a guilty pleasure for me to watch.
Yeah. Just because you want to see all the drama, like what was going on with these high end, like it's freaking nuts what goes on in that world.
These Italian fashion houses are gangsters.
Mobsters.
I mean, Domenico Dolce, and Stefano Di Fana, they went to prison. They went to freaking prison. I don't know. They are crazy, but yeah, I love Gucci. I love Dolce and Gabbana. I love Versace. I just do. I haven't watched The Devil Wears Prada. I don't know why.
You have not watched Devil Wears Prada? Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
I may watch it.
I've seen it like twice, but it's so good.
So that's House of Gucci. Legend. I think I watched this one time on cable.
I was too young to care.
I can't remember what it was about.
I've
I guess
never,
I think my
I've never
mind.
even heard. I've seen that face before. I just don't recognize the title or anything else.
Yeah, I don't. I'd heard of, I think I saw it, but I just don't.
Maybe I've seen the face in memes.
Black Rain. I saw this movie. I saw it on cable. First of all, the Yakuza is involved. And anytime that the Yakuza is involved, I gotta watch the darn movie. So yeah, this was actually really, really good. Black Rain. I saw a legend, Tom Cruise with this OGT. Not the veneer got down, right? Right? Yeah. Black Rain was a good one. That was a good action thriller. Solid watch. All the Money in the World. No, I did not watch that one. I didn't even know what that was. I don't know. That's something by
Christopher Plummer. What?
Yeah. Christopher Plummer.
2017.
And Mark Wahlberg. You will always be Marky Mark to me.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, with the Calvin Klein ads and yeah, all of that. Alien Covenant. I watched this in. I didn't like it. It looked like fan fiction. I watched it before I watched Alien Romulus, but honestly, I could have lived the rest of my life without watching this. I really want to. Matchstick Men. I'd heard of this, but I didn't watch it. Yep, New Kids on the Block. Oh my God, let me tell you. If any, I'm gonna break in with this. Oh my gosh, was it Jordan for New Kids on the Block? Yeah, Jordan Knight. Yes, because he was one of the narrators for the Candlelight Processional at Epcot. You know, so many of them chicks were there because it was Jordan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Was it Jordan Knight or was it Mark Wahlberg?
No, it was Jordan Knight.
I didn't know he ever narrated for.
Yeah. He was there.
It's an odd pick.
And all you heard was
random.
Freaking loved it.
Okay, well, like you did realize he doesn't look the same, right? Neither do we.
No. But you know what? None of these chicks cared. None of them cared. Maybe it wasn't why do I keep thinking it was the Candlelight Processional? Either way, he was at Disney and you could tell New Kids on the Block fans were there. That's it. It's just like, yeah, they don't quite look the same like they used to, but it's the same way why some of these old, rock acts, as old as they are, they got groupies and stuff. Go and see them. So it's kind of like the same thing. I'm still waiting for you to get to the part where I've actually seen the movie Cough. I guess I have. We're gonna get there. Yeah, he is good looking. Like he still look good. And Jordan Knight still look good. Let's see, Napoleon. Yeah, forget this one. Oh my gosh.
I didn't see that one.
A friend of mine who she was so excited to see this, and she saw it, and she was so disappointed. I felt so bad for her because she was so looking forward to this film. She was just like, "Yeah, forget it." I thought I was going to see a love story, and what do I see is basically, Napoleon just pounding Josephine, and there's nothing romantic involved. Like, okay.
I didn't catch any romantic vibes from the trailers. It just seemed like they were trying to make a historically accurate film, and I say that in quotes because nowadays they really don't make anything historically accurate.
Yeah, because that's what I thought it was going to be, historically accurate, and it's famous of like the letters that Napoleon and Josephine would write to each other. But apparently they didn't do none of that. They didn't do any of it. 1492 Conquest of Paradise. I saw this movie. This is one of my favorite movies to watch. I will never forget the trailer where they were like 500 years before man landed on the moon, and then they counted backwards, and then you saw Christopher Columbus. You just saw like his feet arriving at the in the New World. So this was actually really, really good. Gerard Depardieu is in it. Sigourney Weaver is in it. Sigourney Weaver is in it as the Queen of Spain. And Armand Assante.
That's an interesting pick.
So they're both like, oh my gosh. Queen Isabella, and I can't believe I'm forgetting. Ferdinand Isabella. Yeah, weird casting of both of them as the royal family, as the king and queen of Spain. Very interesting seeing Gerard Depardieu as Columbus. Really good, just like him making the case that the earth was round. So if you're a history nerd, you pretty much will like this. It's I love watching it. It's really good. Gives a very accurate picture of them meeting the natives, and of course all the things that went wrong in the New World. You had Blvd, which is he was basically trying to get Christopher Columbus imprisoned for the most part. 1492 angered a lot of people. Did it? Or maybe I missed it. I don't know. I didn't really hear much about it angering people. Well, the people who hate Columbus probably do. Usually the people who wind up hating Columbus didn't really know what truly went on there. But there's some issues that will be glaring to some people. Yeah. Certain things were ignored or sugarcoated. I didn't think that it was. But that's just me. I'll have to check it out later on. But the score is freaking amazing. The scores, the photography, Spanish Black Legend. What's a Spanish Black Legend? Y'all are gonna have to tell me.
I never heard about either.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to tell me. I just know from reading a lot of that stuff at the time, most garden variety Spaniard nobility hated Christopher Columbus. You want to talk about some player haters? Yeah, that they were. And especially when Columbus wasn't into, like when Spanish nobles would come over, it's just like, no, you have to contribute just like everyone else does. It's like, I should have to do that. No. Check out the channel called History Buffs. They review and tell the history in historical films. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, right. Same here.
I love historical films. So that's like one of my favorite Ridley Scott movies. Gladiator 2, not so much. This was such a steaming pile. I'm glad I waited until it came on streaming. It did not go into the theater to freaking see it. Just no. I mean, this is just bad. This is just bad. There was nothing interesting about it. Just watch the original Gladiator. Prometheus, no, didn't like this one at all. I didn't like any of the Alien prequels. They were the worst. The Duelist, yeah, I know, right? Gladiator 2 should have been rock bottom.
Never even heard of this movie, but I wasn't even born yet, so
Yeah, neither. I was like, I wasn't around. I was, way too young. But yeah, he couldn't. He couldn't. He was too. Yeah, I would not. He would. He was no. He was no Russell Crowe. Not at all. There is nothing like Russell Crowe in the original Gladiator. Whew! I love that. Kingdom of Heaven 9. Really? Well, I heard it was good, but I haven't watched it, so I can't give an opinion on that one. But Orlando Bloom is in it, so that would make me interested. I do like Orlando Bloom. The Last Duel. I have no freaking idea what this movie is. Adam Driver is in it. I like Adam Driver. Matt Damon, I could care less about. American Gangster, yes. This was a good freaking movie. With Denzel Washington in it, Russell Crowe in it, and Chiwetel Ejiofor.
I haven't seen it. It's like the movie Blow.
I haven't watched Blow. I would want to say
I liked it. I thought it was good.
It's got Godfather vibes, but from a different perspective. It's set like in the set during the Vietnam War. So he's basically a heroin smuggler importing drugs in the US during that. And it is really how this dude put together this particular empire is something to watch. It's something to watch. He was awesome in American Gangster.
That's like Blow. It was a similar, based on a true story of, I forgot the guy's name, but yeah, he's in jail for a long freaking time.
That he was, yeah. Man, Gangster. Yeah, I didn't watch Blow. I should have. I didn't get a chance to watch that. Yeah. Diddy's father was one of the guys working for Denzel's character. Wow. That I did not know. Yeah. And how he got caught was, that was wild how he got caught. So I need to watch this again because
I need to watch it, period, because I've never even seen it. So if I like Blow, I like this movie. That's what it sounds like.
Absolutely. Let's see. The Martian. Oh, y'all gotta be kidding me on this one. Well, it is Collider. I said no. I skipped that. I was like, nah. Black Hawk Down. Now, I have not seen this movie, although I have met he's now a general, and I'm blanking on his name, who was actually there. Like I remember he came to our church and he actually recalled the whole thing about what happened with Black Hawk Down. And especially that he had actually led several of his men to Christ. And within like an hour, they came back and they were all dead. He said they were like in the back of a pickup truck, and it's like, they pulled down the lift gate, and he said there was nothing but just blood coming out. And, and he was just like, the Holy Spirit told him and said, yeah, you led them, you led them to Christ, and you know where they truly are. But he was talking about how hellish that was. So I think one of the reasons I haven't seen this movie is because I've heard it from the general that was in charge of that operation. And of course, he wasn't general at the time. But yeah, the actual story itself, oh my gosh, I was just like, well, I don't need to watch the movie anytime soon, but I should because it's really good. I've heard nothing but good things about it. My favorite war movie is actually Full Metal Jacket. So if I watch this, I'll have to compare it to Full Metal Jacket. I love Full Metal Jacket, man.
Best part about that movie is the basic training or the boot camp.
Yes, it is.
Part. That's after that, you just kind of like the rest of the movie is just kind of a haze. It's just like a fog.
Yeah. With Arlie Ermy. Oh my gosh.
He used to do commercials for the military, and we would see commercials come on American Forces Network in Okinawa, and all you'd hear him say is "Get involved," encouraging spouses and active duty members and their families to just not sit at home when you're stationed overseas. Like, get out in your community, get involved, and they would have him do all the commercials.
I freaking loved him.
It was a sad day when he passed.
Story is Sarge. I'm like, is that?
I would have loved to have met him, but he passed away. So I was like, dang.
Because Arlie Ermy was a real Marine. Yes, he was.
I made it even better. I know.
Him as a drill instructor.
Could you imagine going through boot camp under his lead? Woo! You think it was anything like the movie, or do you think? I'm gonna say yeah, because back in his era, woo, girl, there was nothing politically correct. They could actually touch you.
Yes.
Back in that era, they could physically hurt you in basic training. They can't do that now. Nowadays, drill sergeants can't touch the trainees. Back then, another story.
Used to. I love Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, that is my favorite military movie. Is Full Metal Jacket. My favorite military spoof, of course, Tropic Thunder. But I need to see Black Hawk Down. Thelma and Louise. I didn't watch this.
I didn't know they even made a movie on Thelma and Louise.
I never watched it at all. It just seemed like a feminist chick movie, and I was like, no. I go to a movie. I want to see hot guys. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Yes, we did a watch party for Tropic Thunder. We called it the Not So PC Watch Party. Actually, next month, we're going to be watching Team America World Police.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be fun.
Wasn't that the one that was scheduled, but it had to be rescheduled?
Yeah,
the spooky season.
Yeah, because it's spooky season. So we're going to be watching it. I think the day before my birthday, a couple of days before my birthday. Yeah, we're going to watch it.
Oh, man.
Whoo, if you thought Tropic Thunder was funny. Whoo, get ready. Yes, although we'll see what they have for 2 and 1, but yeah, Gladiator was insanely good. I mean, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe, I loved him in that. Alien is 2. This would have been 1 for me. I mean, perfect film in space. No one can hear you scream. And just like the tension, and never trust a freaking computer who puts you to sleep and wakes you up. I learned that real quick.
This movie is like The Exorcist. It's just terrifying.
It was. Oh my gosh. And Blade Runner. Yeah, I would switch these two. But that's just personally. Blade Runner, I loved watching it. Totally liked it. Not the remake. Okay. No.
Okay.
No. The Blade Runner remake. Yeah. Denis Villeneuve directed that. He's directing the new Dune movies. I didn't know. No, there's a certain edge to the Blade Runner movie, an aesthetic that should be there, and it wasn't in the remake. So the original Blade Runner, if you like say cyberpunk, you will love Blade Runner. It is, I never get tired of watching Blade Runner. It's just so cool. So cool. I've seen 9 out of 29.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't seen that many. Yeah, so they put Blade Runner as number 1. Then again, I like Alien. It was different. It was so freaking scary, like legitimately scary. You know, you had the android, which turns out that basically, well, they prefer the term synthetic life form, but either way, it was working for the darn computer. It was hiding stuff from everyone.
Well, it seems like out of the whole list, the biggest hit movie was Alien. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, it was.
Out of all 29 movies, I think that one was.
Yeah, Alien. It's like I liked Gladiator. I liked American Gangster. Alien and Blade Runner, though I put those two. Alien, I want to say more popularly, so I think so, because the sequel was actually better than the original. Aliens.
That's rare.
With the and I keep calling with the Space Marines. Ooh. The wonderful day in the core. I tell you, I love waiting for death just like everyone else. I'd rather not do it watching Blade Runner again. At least not the 20. It was weird. I did not like it. I did not like the ending, and it just, I did not like it. It was so freaking weird. I haven't seen most of these movies. Don't worry, Zachariah T15. Neither have I. Neither have I. Colonial Marines were legit. Yes, they were. Can't go to a convention without seeing a few Colonial Marines running around. Yeah, the guns, all of that. That's a fun time. It's still scary, but how would I put it? Like, if y'all have seen the movie Predator, that's pretty much what Aliens was like with respect to an ensemble cast.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much of a bit part they had, you knew exactly who was who, because that's just how they wrote them. So yeah, that was pretty cool. The Marines from One Piece are also in conventions. Yeah, I've seen them. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to see them at the Holiday Matsuri in December. That's like a big, huge anime convention in Orlando, and since it's around Christmas time, that convention is lit. I always have fun, and then wind up losing money in the dealer's room. Yes, I say we take off and nuke the entire site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. And one of my favorite lines: "Game over, man. Game over." Great film. So yeah. Mr. Sir Ridley Scott doing the old man yells at Cloud, but still legitimacy in that, because I really can't count on one hand the number of films that have like thrilled me this year. Besides Sinners, I absolutely freaking love that. That movie was really freaking good. I mean, way better than I thought it was going to be. Demon Slayer, of course, that is, that's from Japan. That made a ton of money. The movie Good Boy, I do want to see. I should probably go see that in the theater. The one with the dog, and it sees the haunting from like a dog's perspective. Because you ever notice in horror movies, the pets always seem to know something's going on first. and the humans are kind of like, I don't know what's going
I
on.
mean, it checks out in real life.
Yeah.
Dog animals usually know that's
Mhm.
paranormal presence before a human will pick up on it, if the human picks up on it at all.
It's like, why is a dog barking? I'm like, well, you know why? There's something out there. But that's what we say.
Mhm.
But it's so that I think I showed the trailer on one of my shows where you got to see it. Like they show like all these videos of people with their dogs, just me and best friend, and then see the dog and the dog's looking around, and it's all like shot from the dog's perspective of like ghosts inhabiting the house, and it's great. My daughter saw Good Boy and said it was good. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I love the trailer. I love the trailer. I heard a lot of good things about Good Boy. Literally a live action Courage the Cowardly Dog cartoon. I love that cartoon. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I can't wait to see that. I do want to see that. And then of course there's not remakes but sequels. Like there's Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I am looking forward to that.
Oh, dang, they're making a sequel to that?
Yeah, it's with I forget which game. Because that whole universe has books, it has games. I mean, Camera Girl will talk my ear off for I don't know how long about
Ooh.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I didn't know it had such a deep lore like that. Okay.
I
Interesting.
didn't, but it like it does. When I saw the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie, I had no idea really what was going on, except it looked like a
Yeah.
possessed Chuck E. Cheese, which
Chuck
is
E. Cheese. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I got out of it too. I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this shit. And I left the room.
and it's set, and it's set like in the 80s, but you couldn't get a ticket for that darn movie when it first came out. Like I got a ticket, I had to get mine like 2 weeks before the darn movie came out in
Damn.
theaters, on theaters and streaming. I went there, the whole theater was packed. And you know who the biggest stars in that movie were? YouTubers. YouTubers that they put
Oh,
in the
geez.
darn movie. And they all knew who it was. And it was insane how into it people were. And even if you didn't know about Five Nights at Freddy's, the storytelling was so good you could figure that out. Plus Matthew Lillard was in it. So if you've ever seen Scream, yeah.
Okay.
That was cool. He came out and man, the theater went insane when that happened. So Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is coming out, and I saw the trailer for that. It looks scary. I can't wait. I can't wait to freaking try that one. Let's see. Are you and Camera Girl going to see the Wicked double feature? Wicked and Wicked for Good back to back. For Good has a shorter runtime than the first movie by only 15 minutes shorter. No, we're only going to see Wicked for Good because I do not like musicals, and I got dragged to the Wicked movie. I mean, it was good based on technical merit and everything, but have you ever been in a theater full of theater kids?
No, not really. You make it sound really scary.
It is. It is. Wicked is to theater kids like when they were good. Marvel movies are to nerds.
Okay.
That's what it is. I do not like musicals, but the first Wicked movie, I mean, on a technical merits, I mean, I found nothing wrong with it. I love choreography. That choreography was on point. So no, we're not seeing both of those because I cannot make it through both of those darn movies before I'll take a hostage. I can't. I cannot. I cannot. I put up with it because I have a theater kid. She knows my limits. She told her friends, my mom is not interested in a musical unless somebody dies. I'm just like, is Chicago playing? We'll watch that. I like Chicago, especially the Cell Block Tango. I freaking love that. That was awesome. That Phantom of the Opera, that's my jam. That's my jam right there. Josh Hutcherson, the head guy from Hunger Games. Oh, okay. Okay. That's why I didn't see K-pop Demon Hunters in theater. I didn't want to be in a room full of singing kids
Yeah.
and teenagers.
Same here. As
Yeah.
much as it would have been cool to see it on the big screen, but because I knew it was going to be a disruptive mess, I was like, no, I'm not watching. Well, they didn't even bring it out here to theaters anyways. But even if I wouldn't have gone to go see it for the same reason.
I had to deal with Camera Girl singing Defying Gravity, but she was my kid, so I had to put up with it. But people were there in freaking cosplay. I've never seen so much pink and green in my life in one spot. Although I did go see the Barbie movie, like the fan premiere, and yes, we were all in pink, including yours truly, which I wore and then found out the movie sucked. Yeah, I've seen that too. Cosplay for Demon Slayer. I like violent musicals. Yeah, I do, because I am not a theater person. I'm just not. Just like give me a reason why. Oh, somebody died. Okay. I'm interested. That's just me. I'm weird like that. But what's certainly not weird is all of you who've been watching tonight. I sure do appreciate you all being here. Let's see. Lorena, are you having a meet and greet in the next month? Yeah, it's going to be in November. It was going to be in October, but new job, so I will let you all know. It'll definitely be cooler in November for sure. At least it should be. So I will keep you all posted on that. So thanks for bringing that up. Erica, what you got going on to let people know about, and where can people find you?
Halloweening and trying to keep myself distracted from, real world stuff. But I have a really cool announcement to make. On Saturday, after your resort recon, Sam with Sam Wolf, Life of a Military Wife, is having her first live stream with a panel on her YouTube channel. I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but it's going to be her first live stream, and I'm excited to be on it and just, I don't know, see what us military spouses got to say about Lord only knows what. And she's got a game planned, similar to how we guess what state is like you put something out there and you have to guess what state would be responsible. So it's like that, except military. You have to guess the military branch of what would they be, I guess, guilty of scenario A, B, C, D, whatever. Sounds like a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to be part of that launch, with her. So I hope you guys, you can mark your calendars. I know it's a little short notice, and it's on a Saturday, but it would be fun to have a lot of you guys there.
Yeah, it will be fun. I will actually be on Sam's channel as well, so it's going to be a blast. So if you come to my stream on Saturday, 12 noon, you know what? You won't even have to go over to Sam's channel, because the stream will automatically route you over to her show. So it's going to be it's 2 p.m. Mountain Time, which will be 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, it's like 10 p.m. my time, I found out.
Yes. So make sure you're subscribed. You're subscribed to Sam. I'm going to have a link that's going to automatically send people over to her stream. So it's gonna be fun. Sounds like it'll be a great stream. CJ says, "That's right, kids. You're getting kidnapped." Not literally, for legal reasons. Yeah. Speaking of that, I gotta send CJ a thumbnail request, because let's see, Saturday 12 noon Resort Recon, right on schedule. Disney has raised prices yet again.
I heard of I saw that.
Tickets, merchandise,
Annual
experiences,
passes.
annual passes. We are going to talk about all of that. So yes, Mickey is squeezing people for yet more money. And we're going to go over what those increases are and try to see if we can give you guys some tips to get around some of those price increases, because it never fails. After the fiscal year ends, they raise prices.
Yeah, they do. Every year.
Mm-hmm. Every year they do it, and yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about what else? Oh yeah, apparently, the man who unfortunately died after writing Stardust Racers. Well, his attorney and his family was in a press conference, and let's just say his attorney ain't all that bright at all. And we're going to show that.
You have to send me the clip.
I got to send it to you. I'm watching that, and all I'm hearing in the back of my mind is the theme music from Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's what I'm thinking when watching. It is a hot mess. So we're going to talk about that, and of course, other things that are going on in the theme park sphere. It's going to be a blast. So I hope you guys will join us. 8 p.m. on Saturday, of course. Watch party for one of my favorite horror cult classics, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So we're going to be watching that. It's going to be fun. And then Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, yet more Florida history on the Welcome to Florida show. We are going to be talking about the famous Jean Ribault, who actually got murked by Pedro Menendez de Aviles, but we're going to be talking about the French Huguenot Jean Ribault and why he is so linked with Florida history, so much so that there's a high school in Jacksonville that is named Ribault High School, although true Duval fashion, you call it Ribault. Yeah, kind of weird. Wasn't an ambulance chaser level attorney. Yes, Soul Assassin, this dude is like GOAT level when it comes to him. Yes. Yes, he is GOAT level. And yes, I'm talking about Ben Crump. I don't have to say a word about him. We're just going to let the footage roll.
Oh, wow. It must be really bad. Dang.
It is bad. I feel bad for the family. I do and I don't. Because you do have a lot of that grief to deal with. But when you hire someone who is famous for representing the families of Trayvon Martin, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and others, instead of I would have had more respect if they hired Morgan and Morgan.
Yeah.
I never thought.
I think this guy, like you said, he went chasing them down instead of them going hunting for their own lawyer.
Yeah.
He saw opportunity, and it's sad. He's making money off of their grief. This is bad as the funeral industry.
It is awful. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that, because I do not think that is going to end the way that he thinks it's going to end. Which reminds me, I got to clip that ad, Steamboat Willie ad, because it's too funny.
Oh, the one by Morgan and Morgan? That is freaking hilarious. Who was it that said, oh, so that's how we know how Minnie and Mickey met?
I forget who
Where
said
did I hear that from? I can't remember what it was on a stream. I just don't remember whose stream it was, but I remember someone distinctly saying, "Oh, so now we know how Minnie and Mickey met."
As he ran into her boat with that speed. The shaking the bell. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. I gotta clip that. But yes, that's what I've got going on. What I've got going on this week. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out on the Spice Land show. We went a little over what I planned to this evening, but we still had plenty of fun. So please do make sure that you were subscribed to